Chapter 18. Phew, it's finally over. If Red Lotus knew that I liked her, it would be bad. As he thought of this, Linley swept Red Lotus with his gaze, causing the nearby Red Lotus to feel uneasy. Ha ha, young master, we've finished the task you gave us. At this moment, Dian Wei and Bai Qi walked up to Linley, laughing out loud. They pointed at the hell-like place with their fingers. This was a place where only blood and flesh could be seen. All the blood had seeped into the ground, making it look extremely horrifying. While speaking, Linley glanced at Dian Wei and nodded slightly. He didn't praise Dian Wei and Bai Qi, because for Dian Wei and Bai Qi, these people were no more than small fries who couldn't be mentioned in public. Okay. Lin Rei nodded and didn't say anything else. He turned around and walked towards Su Fong. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for gaining 30,000 experience points. The system's voice came out of nowhere and entered Lin Rei's ears without any warning. What? 30,000 experience points? Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei was confused. He didn't know what was going on, but the system directly gave him 30,000 experience points. Yes, host. Since your war generals killed that group of ants and were summoned by you, when they killed people, the experience will be directly transferred to you. This is nothing surprising. Host, you don't have to be excited. Damn, this is simply a cheating tool. The warlords killed people, and as the summoner, I can get the experience points of the warlords. This is so cool. Lin Rei felt a burst of joy, but it was only temporary. Lin Rei soon woke up from his excitement and continued to walk towards Su Fong. What are you doing? Seeing Lin Rei's arrival, Su Fong panicked for a moment. She didn't know what to do, but she didn't want to lose face in front of Lin Rei, so she pretended to be calm and waited for Lin Rei's arrival. I have 3 questions for you. If you tell me, perhaps I'll spare your life. If you don't, then I'll kill you and toss your corpse into the depths of the forest for those demonic beasts to enjoy. Whether you live or die will be up to you. Do as you see fit. Lin Rei came in front of Su Fong and didn't beat around the bush. Instead, he directly told her his thoughts. As for whether she would do it or not, it wasn't up to Lin Rei. Oh, so this young master has something to ask me. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Su Fong's eyes flickered with hope. At the same time, she had her own bargaining chip. Yes, I hope you won't be that dead fool and use your identity to threaten me. Similarly, I'm not the same as you using anything to threaten me. Seeing Su Fong's expression and eyes, Lin Rei already knew what Su Fong was thinking. Ha, I will. Su Fong couldn't help but wipe the cold sweat on her head. She couldn't help but rejoice that she didn't negotiate with Lin Rei. I don't know. What does young master want to know? If this little girl knows, I will definitely tell you everything that young master wants to know. Hearing Su Fong's words, Lin Rei smiled and didn't threaten Su Fong. First question, I want to know all the information about the dead youth and his grandfather. Second question, I want to know the collective cultivation of your Fengyun sect. Third question, I want to know the strength of your grandfather. Lin Rei said everything he wanted to know. Then, he stared at Su Fong and waited for her answer. It's like this. The dead youth was called Wang Jian. He was an inner disciple of the Fengyun sect. His grandfather was the 3rd elder of the sect. As for his cultivation, he was at the upper stage of the gold core realm. As for the strength of the sect, I only know the surface. At this point, Su Fong paused and looked at Lin Rei. She was afraid that Lin Rei would be unhappy and do something extreme. Then tell me the surface strength. Lin Rei didn't say anything when he heard Su Fong's words. Instead, he directly let Su Fong continue. Oh. Hearing Linley's words, Su Fong finally let out a sigh of relief. She made a sound of acknowledgement and then continued. On the surface, the person with the highest cultivation in the sect is the sect master. I heard my grandfather say that last year, the sect master seemed to have broken through to the gold core realm and entered the lower stage of the nascent soul realm. As for whether it was true, I don't know. Under the sect master, there are 6 elders. The strongest among them is my grandfather, who is at the peak of the gold core realm. The 2nd and 3rd elders are at the upper stage of the gold core realm. As for the 4th, 5th, and 6th elders, their strength is all around the middle stage of the gold core realm. Below them are the deacons. Their strength is all in the immediate realm. Then there are the personal disciples, inner disciples, and outer disciples. Their strength is in the body tempering realm, chi tempering realm, and foundation establishment realm. At this point, Sufang took a deep breath, then turned to look at Linley. Oh, I didn't expect that there would be a nascent soul realm cultivator guarding the east. It seems that I have to work harder in the future. Otherwise, when will I be able to cultivate to that level? Hearing Sufang's description of the Fengyan sect, Lin Rei had basically figured out the strength of the Fengyan sect. Although this was only a small part, Lin Rei could guess that no matter how high the cultivation in the Fengyan sect was, they wouldn't reach the spirit-severing realm. Thinking of this, Lin Rei's pressure multiplied. The system gave him a task of 1 year. If Lin Rei wanted to break through to the gold core realm in 1 year, he would have to put in more training and tempering than ordinary people. As the saying goes, only on the verge of death can you come into contact with more potential of human beings. Only then can you improve your cultivation. Young master, I have already told you about the situation of the sect. I don't know if I can leave now. Just when Lin Rei was thinking about how to spend the next year, Sufang, who was beside him, anxiously said, pulling Lin Rei out of his thoughts. Oh, I forgot that you are still here. Since you have already said it, then let's go. Hearing Linley's words, Layden stumbled towards the exit of the forest mountain range. Linley couldn't be bothered to look at Sufang. Instead, he directly went to a tree and sat down cross-legged, resting his eyes on the mountain. What Linley didn't know was that as soon as he closed his eyes, Red Lotus had already left, chasing after Sufang. Her speed was extremely fast, and in the blink of an eye, she had disappeared from sight. But Sufang, who had just left, came to a halt after moving far away. Turning her head, she stared hatefully in Linley's direction while muttering to herself, "Just you wait. I will definitely have my grandfather send people to kill you. The pain you have inflicted on me today, I will definitely get it back. I will make you suffer 10 times more than I did." After saying that, Sufang turned her head and continued to run towards the distance. But could she escape? Humph, ungrateful thing. My young master has already let you go. You still don't know how to repent and curse my young master. You even want to kill my young master. Looks like I really can't let you go. Just when Sufang turned around and was about to continue running, Red Lotus's voice directly entered Sufang's ears. Sufang's mind went blank. She didn't expect that there would be someone behind her. Moreover, it was the subordinate of that homicidal maniac. Thinking of this, Sufang didn't say anything and directly used all her strength to run away. "Humph, do you think you can run away?" A voice that sounded like a devil's voice came from behind Sufang. Sufang immediately regretted it. "Say, Senior, just now it was Junior's fault. I beg you to spare me. I won't dare to do it again." Sufang suddenly stopped and knelt down in front of Red Lotus. With snot and tears running down her face, she spoke pitifully to Red Lotus. "Humph, you don't need to beg me. I originally came to kill you. Even if you didn't speak ill of my young master, I would still kill you." At this time, Red Lotus expressionlessly said to Sufang, who was kneeling on the ground and crying, Why? Your young master said he would spare me. Don't tell me you won't even listen to your young master?" At this time, Sufang's eyes were wide open as she looked at Red Lotus in disbelief. Hearing Red Lotus's words, Sufang knew that it wasn't Lin Rei's orders. It was Red Lotus who acted on her own. Letting you go only shows that my young master is benevolent. It doesn't mean I can't do anything. As the saying goes, cut the grass by the roots. I don't want my young master to be hunted down by your people in the future. So you can go in peace. With that, Red Lotus charged towards Sufang. For a Chi Disciple Stage 9 cultivator, killing a Chi Disciple Stage 6 cultivator was as simple as drinking water. Seeing this scene, Sufang knew that she couldn't escape. Thus, she touched her waist with one hand. Instantly, something that looked like a jade appeared in her hand. "Humph, do you think no one will avenge me if you kill me? You're too naive." After saying that, Su Fong bit her finger. A drop of blood flowed out from the spot where she bit her finger. Then, she smeared the blood on the stone that seemed to be there. Not good. Seeing the thing in Su Fong's hand, Red Lotus knew what it was. She quickly released all her cultivation and rushed towards Su Fong. However, it was too late in the middle of the journey. Buzz. The jade turned into a beam of light and shot towards the sky in the direction of the exit of the forest mountain range. In the blink of an eye, it disappeared without a trace. Seeing this, Red Lotus was completely furious. Die. Red Lotus arrived in front of Su Fong and directly inserted her hand into Su Fong's heart without holding back. When Red Lotus' hand came out, there was a beating thing in her hand. It was dripping with blood and looked very horrifying. Sigh, looks like I'm really angry this time. After speaking, Red Lotus tossed aside the things in her hands. She found a place with water, washed herself, and then headed towards Linley's location. Ding dong! Congratulations to the host for killing the granddaughter of the Fomyun Sect's Great Elder. The reward is 10,000 experience points, 500 spirit stones, a clear spirit grass, and an introductory alchemy skill, Hongmeng Pill Concoction skill. It's a skill that can be improved. When it reaches the next level, the system will sell the next chapter to the host. The sudden voice woke Lin Rei up. Chapter 19. What's going on? When did I kill the granddaughter of the Fomyun Sect's Grand Elder? Didn't I let her go? Lin Rei opened his eyes and scanned the surroundings. He found that one person was missing, so he turned around to look at Dian Wei. Dian Wei, what's going on? Where's Red Lotus? Hearing Linley's words, Dian Wei stammered and was about to tell Linley when a man walked out of the grass nearby. Let me tell you. Red Lotus's voice rang out in Linley's ears. Her voice was very tired. Hearing this, Linley hurriedly walked over. What's going on? Did you kill the woman I let go? Lin Rei hurriedly supported the tired Red Lotus and asked unhurriedly. I went to kill that woman. Looking at Red Lotus, whose eyes were filled with killing intent, Linley let out two bitter laughs. Why? Did she offend you? No, she wanted to do something to young master. I didn't want young master to be in danger, so I went to kill her. I didn't expect that I couldn't stop her in the end. She used the teleportation talisman to send our message directly to the Fomyun Sect. I believe they'll come here to cause trouble for young master soon. Red Lotus lowered her head apologetically, as if she had done something wrong. Sigh. What's going to come will come. Even if they don't come, I'll go back to find them. It's only a matter of time. You don't have to be like this. It's fine to kill someone like that. Lin Rei's mood instantly improved when he saw Red Lotus's expression. On a mountain in the distance, there was smoke lingering around it. It was exceptionally beautiful, like a paradise on earth. There was a large Fomyun sect here. At this moment, in a palace of the Fomyun sect, 3 people were standing there. They had some paper and pens in their hands and were writing something down. Suddenly, strange sounds were heard. Kacha Kacha, the one with the best looks, was the first to regain his senses. Then, he scrambled out of the hall and walked towards a room at the side. Dong dong dong. The man came to the door and knocked on it forcefully. Hearing the sound, the man's heart beat like a drum. When he was in seclusion, he said that we shouldn't disturb him, but it's an emergency now. I can't care about that, said Lin Feng. After that, he knocked hard on the door again. This time, there was finally some movement in the room. Who is it? Who is disturbing my cultivation? Didn't I say not to disturb me unless it's something important? An angry roar came from inside the room. When the man heard it, he quickly knelt on the ground. His body was trembling nonstop, and his voice was trembling as he spoke into the room. Master, we didn't come here on purpose to disturb your cultivation. It's just that we can't make up our minds about this matter. Yes, said the man inside. Then there was no more sound. With a sound, the door was pulled open from the inside. A man in his 40s or 50s came out. He looked angrily at the man kneeling on the ground. What is so important that you need to disturb me about? Don't you know that I was about to break through to the Golden Core stage? As long as I broke through to the golden core stage, I would have become an elder. But because of you, my comprehension was interrupted. Tell me what's going on. If it's not important, then you don't have to go back today. After hearing his master's words, the man kneeling on the ground trembled even more obviously. Master, it's like this. Just now, when I and a few other junior brothers were copying the samples, suddenly, more than 20 soul nameplates hanging on the wall broke. They were all inner sect disciples, so I came to you to make a decision. The man was trembling as he told his master the whole story. The man who the man called his master was the third elder's direct disciple, Go Lai. At the same time, he was in charge of the soul nameplates. When he heard his disciple, he was stupefied. Then, he ignored the man kneeling on the ground and walked straight to the palace where the soul nameplates were. As a cultivator who had reached the peak of Anidia, how could he be slow? Not long after, Go Lai arrived at the palace. He looked at the broken life tablets and stopped in front of the 2 broken life tablets. He looked at them carefully, and then he fainted before he could even breathe. Ah, Master, what's wrong? When the disciple next to him saw that, he hastily went over to support him. How could this be? What kind of person would want to harm me like this? Go Lai felt extremely wronged. At the same time, he was also afraid. The grandchildren of 2 sect elders had died, and so many inner sect disciples had died as well. It wasn't a joke. Little Do Lai, take Miss Su Fong's soul nameplate and give it to the great elder. When he asks you something, just say you don't know. Do you hear me? Go Lai stood up and said to the disciple next to him, Oh, yes, Master. The disciple called Little Do didn't say anything else, and directly took the soul nameplates to the great elder's palace. Go Lai also took Wang Jian's soul nameplate and walked towards his master's cultivation room. On the way, Go Lai felt like he was walking towards hell. It felt extremely long, and his clothes were all soaked in cold sweat. He was extremely afraid that his master would get angry. Whenever he thought of his master getting angry, his legs would tremble. But very quickly, he arrived at the place that Go Lai was afraid of. Looking at the palace in front of him, Go Lai's body felt like it was being controlled. In a flash, he knelt down on the ground. Sigh, aren't you just messing with me? How am I supposed to talk to Master so that he's not afraid of me? Go Lai was kneeling on the ground and had forgotten to get up. He was thinking of a way to not be angry at his master. He didn't know that he was still behind Go Lai. Cough. The person behind Go Lai coughed, but Go Lai didn't seem to hear it and didn't move. Cough, cough. Another cough sounded, but this time, the person behind Go Lai was clearly using spiritual energy. The sound was especially loud. Ah! Go Lai screamed. He turned his head and saw the person behind him. He didn't kneel down and directly sat on the ground. Master, Master, you're back. After seeing the old man, Go Lai's face fell. He bitterly smiled and said to the old man, Little Lai, you're usually so busy that you have time to come back. Why are you back now? Looking at the question in her words, Go Lai was so scared when he heard it. Master, today I discovered that more than 20 cultivators died in the Life Tablet Hall. Their life tablets all broke at the same time, so disciple came here. Oh, what's going on? How come so many people died at once? When the old man heard Go Lai, he was stupefied. More than 20 people had died at once. This hadn't happened in the past 100 years. Unless it was a historical remnant, it was rare for so many people to die. Master, please listen to your disciple. Wang Jian's life tablets were among them. Go Lai's words were like a bolt from the blue. The old man's head was pounding. Easy. For a moment, the old man's mind went blank. After a while, he came back to reality. A pair of bloodshot eyes were filled with murderous intent as he looked at Go Lai kneeling on the ground. Do you know who killed my grandson? The old man's voice sounded like it came from hell. Go Lai's body was paralyzed, and he couldn't stop trembling. Master, I don't know, but the great elder definitely knows. When Go Lai saw that the old man was on the verge of going berserk, he suddenly thought of the great elder. Therefore, Go Lai directly led the clues to the great elder. What? The great elder knows?
Why?
When the old man heard his disciple, he didn't understand. Master, not only did your grandson die, the great elder's granddaughter also died at the same time. Even though it didn't happen at the same time, I'm sure that your granddaughter, Miss Su Fong, is also dead. I've already asked someone to send her life tablet. When the old man heard that, he didn't say anything else. He immediately took out his flying sword and flew towards the great elder. While the old man and Go Lai were arguing, the same thing happened to the great elder. Whoosh! A sound pierced through the air and reached the great elder's face. It was Fong Er's voice transmission talisman. When the great elder saw the talisman in his hand, he instantly became excited. He quickly poured his spiritual energy into the talisman. A woman's voice filled with fear and hatred was heard. Grandfather, you must avenge me. You must kill that little bastard. He is now in the Sentient Mountain Ranges Chi Refinement Demonic Beast area. I don't know his name, but I know the name of the woman under him. Her name is Hong Lian. Grandfather, you must avenge me. Even Wang Jian died in that person's hands. Remember to help me. Before she could finish speaking, Su Fong's voice disappeared. At this moment, the great elder's eyes were filled with killing intent as he looked towards the Sentient Mountain Range. Just you wait. In this life, this old man will definitely kill all of you to avenge my granddaughter. A terrifying voice filled with cultivation roared out. Xiao Du, who was next to the great elder, had already been killed by the pressure released by the great elder. The voice continued to spread throughout the Fengyan sect. All the disciples heard the great elder's voice. At this moment, a figure came into the great elder's room and faced the furious great elder. I know who killed your grandson. If you want me to tell you, I have a condition. As long as you agree, I will tell you immediately. At this moment, the great elder already knew the purpose of the great elder's visit when he sensed that the person behind him was the third elder. All right, tell me. As long as I can do it, I will do it. Wang Shun gritted his teeth and spat out a few words. All right, when I break through to the nascent soul stage, you must help me cross over. Nothing else. When Wang Shun heard the great elder's words, he immediately agreed. All right, when you break through, just inform me directly. Can you tell me now? The person who killed your grandson and my granddaughter is the same person. He is now in the Sentient Mountain Ranges Chi Refinement Demonic Beast area. If you want to take revenge, you must be quick. If they run away, they might run away. Wang Shun had already left before the great elder could finish speaking, leaving the great elder alone. Go. Gather the dark department. We must find the person who killed Fong Er. I want them to suffer a fate worse than death. After Wang Shun left, the great elder gave a command to the air. But immediately, a figure suddenly appeared in front of him. Yes, this subordinate will do it right away. The man kneeled on the ground and replied. Then he stood up and wanted to retreat. His entire body blended into the air as if there was no one there. It was very magical. Chapter 20. At the same time, Wang Shun also sent someone to assassinate Lin Rei in the Forest Mountain Range. At this time, the person in question was in the Forest Mountain Range, bathing in the sun with his head on Red Lotus lap, whistling and crossing his legs. He was living a very comfortable life. When Dian Wei and Bai Qi came back, one of them carried a demonic tiger and the other carried some firewood. They came to Lin Rei's side and lit a fire to look at the demonic tiger. What Lin Rei didn't know at this time was that danger was not far away from him. Alas, it's good to be able to drink wine when making trouble. If only this kind of life could last forever. The atmosphere instantly became a little gloomy. There was a hint of yearning in the sigh, as if he was enjoying this kind of life. Young master, do you yearn for this kind of life? Red Lotus, who was in the middle of massaging Linley's shoulders, was unable to keep her mouth shut upon hearing Linley's words. She immediately blurted out the question in her heart. Alas, of course. Who doesn't? When you have time, you can go out and play with your wife and children. What a wonderful thing it is to watch your wife do for you and your son. But time is like this. What your senior gets, he won't let you get it. At this point, Linley came to a halt. The more he spoke, the more he thought of his parents, his younger siblings, and his younger siblings. Is there really such a life? At this time, Red Lotus was confused. After hearing Lin Rei's words, Red Lotus was completely immersed in the world of Lin Rei's words. Seeing these scenes, Red Lotus couldn't help but smile happily. Red Lotus, Red Lotus. Seeing Red Lotus's appearance, Lin Rei knew that Red Lotus had become obsessed, so he hurriedly used his genuine chi to shout at Red Lotus's ears. Ah! Red Lotus let out a cry and woke up with a start. Looking at her fluctuating cultivation base, Red Lotus was instantly terrified. If not for Linley's shout, Red Lotus might have already turned into a walking corpse. Thank you, young master. If it wasn't for you, Red Lotus might no longer exist in this world. Red Lotus, who had just woken up, kept thanking Lin Rei. She was so nice that Lin Rei blushed. Sigh, it's fine. If I hadn't suddenly mentioned this matter, you wouldn't have developed your own inner demons. I should be the one apologizing. After speaking, the two of them looked at each other and smiled knowingly. Then, Lin Rei's head lay on Red Lotus' thigh, and Red Lotus did the same thing as before. That's right, young master. The thing you mentioned just now, is it true? Seeing that Red Lotus was unwilling to give up, Lin Rei suddenly felt helpless. He complained in his heart, why did I have to be so talkative? Yes. That place doesn't have immortal cultivators like us, nor does it have a sovereign. The world there is relatively peaceful, and there are people in charge of everything. It's not like here, where killing people is as easy as stepping on ants. In that place, as long as you kill someone, you'll be able to kill them. If you kill someone, you will pay the price and be sentenced to death. At the same time, the family of the deceased will be given a large sum of money to settle down. Speaking of this, Lin Rei's face had a trace of a smile. His smile was full of happiness, and in Red Lotus' eyes, it was so warm, not as cold as usual. Have you been there, young master? Looking at the curious Red Lotus, Linley said to her, Yes, I used to live there for a while, but I'll go back. When the time comes, I'll definitely take you to see the world I told you about and experience the customs of that world. Maybe you won't be able to get used to it in the future. There's no spiritual energy there, and it's all high-tech. Sigh, it's still too early to say that. Wait until I reach a certain level of strength, then I'll take you there to see it. After speaking, Lin Rei closed his eyes, and Red Lotus looked at Lin Rei gently. At this moment, Red Lotus' heart had been captured by Lin Rei. Ha ha ha, young master, my meat is ready. Come and eat. I haven't had a good meal for so many days. Dian Wei's laughter startled Lin Rei, who had just fallen asleep. Ha ha ha. Seeing this, Red Lotus smiled like a fairy from heaven. Linley's eyes were completely transfixed. He stared at Red Lotus, causing Red Lotus' face to turn red. Young master, what are you looking at? Red Lotus, unable to bear Linley's gaze any longer, finally spoke up, breaking this warm atmosphere. Haha, of course I'm looking at my Red Lotus. Besides, you're so beautiful. Can't other people look at you? Linley shamelessly said these words, and the sly smile on his face made him look like a real hooligan. Okay, I won't look, okay? Let's go eat. Then, Lin Rei took Red Lotus' hand and walked to the barbecue place. When Dian Wei saw his young master walking with Red Lotus' hand, he kept looking at Lin Rei and Red Lotus and giggled. Humph, what are you laughing at? If you keep laughing, I'll beat you until you can't get up. Seeing that Dian Wei was looking for her, Red Lotus immediately became unhappy and threatened Dian Wei. Haha, I won't laugh. Hurry up and let young master sit down and eat. His hands are so good. Seeing Red Lotus' threat, Dian Wei immediately shifted his gaze to Lin Rei. Yes, young master, hurry up and sit down. I'll get you the best piece of barbecue. Then, Red Lotus stood up and took out a knife to cut off the best part of the demon tiger. It was at least 5 kilograms. Here, young master, I've got my eyes on it. This is the best piece. Then, Red Lotus handed the meat to Lin Rei, but Lin Rei didn't take it. Instead, he opened his mouth with a smile and reached out to Red Lotus. Seeing this, Red Lotus was speechless. She didn't expect her young master to be like this. She immediately laughed and sat down next to Lin Rei. Then, she slowly tore off a piece of meat and put it in Lin Rei's mouth. Then, she tore off another piece and put it in her own mouth. Just like that, the meal lasted for an hour. During that hour, Red Lotus fed Lin Rei by herself. In the end, Lin Rei didn't say anything. Instead, Red Lotus took the initiative to wipe off the oil on Lin Rei's body with her handkerchief. Ha ha ha, what more could a man ask for with a woman like you? Then, Lin Rei burst out laughing. Red Lotus, who was next to him, blushed like a red apple. She couldn't help but want to take a bite out of it. All right, now that you're full, let's get to work. The good times have come to an end. If you want to live like this forever, you have to become stronger. Only then will you be able to enjoy this moment. Then, Lin Rei returned to his usual domineering and cold self. Then, he walked into the depths of the forest alone. Dian Wei and Bai Qi stayed behind to clean up the mess. Seeing Lin Rei's back, Red Lotus became absent-minded. She thought that the warm young master had turned into a cold and unfamiliar person. At this moment, Red Lotus felt very lonely. It was as if she had seen something she wanted to see, but in an instant, it changed into something she didn't want to see. Let's go, Sister Hong. That's right, Sister Hong. If we don't go now, we won't be able to catch up with the young master. At this moment, Dian Wei and Bai Qi came over and said to Red Lotus, "Yes, let's go. The beasts ahead are all very high level." Hearing Dian Wei's words, Red Lotus remembered her young master's strength and immediately chased after him. Roar! A roar came from behind them. Hearing this, Red Lotus and the others became even more worried about Lin Rei, so they sped up again. Hee, it's just an 8th layer beast. How dare it be so arrogant in front of me? Lin Rei raised his fist and rushed out. Roar, roar, roar. The demonic cloud panther seemed to understand Lin Rei's intention. It was instantly enraged and rushed towards Lin Rei at the same time. Hee, you want to fight with your physical body? Bring it on. Lin Rei went crazy. He came to the demonic cloud panther's side and punched it. Bang! The demonic cloud panther's body retreated 3 steps, while Linley retreated 2 steps. I didn't expect that the fur on your body would be so hard. Even my fist is starting to hurt. Linley looked at the demonic cloud panther, then looked at his own hand. Instantly, Linley grew excited. Come on, let's do it again. With that, Lin Rei rushed forward again. However, this time it was the demonic cloud panther who attacked. It raised its front hoof and kicked at Lin Rei. Lin Rei didn't show any weakness either. He punched the demonic cloud panther's front hoof. With a bang, the 2 figures each took 6 or 7 steps back. The ground under their feet was crushed. Good, this is the feeling. I feel that my physical body is evolving. That's it. Don't stop. As he spoke, Linley charged forward. Just like that, they exchanged blow after blow. Slowly, however, Linley's body seemed to be making a breakthrough, and his aura began to grow stronger. Hee, Junior Leopard. Is that all you've got? If that's all you've got, then I'm sorry. With that, Lin Rei's punches became faster and faster. Every punch landed on the demonic cloud panther's body. His punches were so fast that they were like afterimages. Crunching sounds could be heard from the demonic cloud panther's body. Every time Linley landed a punch, the demonic cloud panther's body would emit a cracking sound. 10 minutes later, the battle was over. The demonic cloud panther lay on the ground, gasping for breath. Linley sat down next to the demonic cloud panther and looked at the first result of today's battle. What surprised Linley the most was that he had made a breakthrough in his physical body here. Little tiger, come out and get some fresh air. Take care of this thing while you're at it. Lin Rei had recalled the flaming tiger back to the system when he was fighting Wang Jian. Now that Xiaowei was gone, he could summon the flaming tiger again. With a roar, the flaming tiger suddenly appeared beside Lin Rei. There was a hint of dissatisfaction in its roar. All right, this demonic cloud panther will be my gift to you as an apology. Wake up. As he spoke, he pointed at the demonic beast that had been beaten half to death and was only hanging on by its last breath. Chapter 21. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the red flame tiger immediately walked up and bit the demonic cloud leopard's neck. Roar, roar. The demonic cloud leopard let out a low roar and twitched. Gradually, it stopped moving, leaving only the sound of the red flame tiger crushing the demonic cloud leopard's bones. All right, little tiger, don't eat too much. The most important thing is his demonic core. Let's eat the demonic cloud panther's demonic core and leave. There's still some time left, so let's hurry. Once the smell of blood spreads out, a lot of demonic beasts will come. As he spoke, Linley stood up and walked to the side. The flaming tiger obediently followed behind him, not daring to be slow at all. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. 3 figures landed here. Looking at the scene before them, the 3 of them were startled. Sister Hong, did young master kill it? Dianwei looked at the demonic cloud leopard's corpse and took a deep breath, trying to calm himself down. Sigh, I don't know. But judging from the situation and the residual aura of the red flame tiger in the air, I should be able to confirm it. Yes, all the bones of this demonic cloud leopard have been shattered. Only people at our level can have this kind of power. Also, I can feel that it's not caused by spiritual energy, but by pure physical strength. What? As he spoke, Dianwei exclaimed in disbelief. I didn't expect young master to be so powerful. It seems that we have to cultivate quickly. Otherwise, how can we protect young master in the future? At this moment, Dianwei had been completely convinced by Lin Rei's ability. His admiration for Lin Rei was simply a mess. All right, stop looking. Let's hurry up and leave. Otherwise, if we continue like this, when will we be able to find young master? Hong Lian said to Dianwei and Bai Qi. Then, she flashed towards the place where the red flame tiger's aura disappeared. The other 2 quickly followed after her. Roar. A sorrowful roar was heard in front of Lin Rei. Oh, this won't do. Linley was currently facing off against a world bear, engaging in a physical battle. His heart was filled with excitement. Roar, roar. The earth bear seemed to be saying something, and then it ran off into the distance. Hey, don't run. When he saw the earthen bear running away, Lin Rei hurriedly chased after it because Lin Rei noticed that the earthen bear was the best in close combat, so he didn't want to give up on such a good opponent. Young master, young master. At this moment, a voice calling out to him came from behind. Lin Rei came to a halt. Turning around, he saw Red Lotus and the other 2 approaching him. What's wrong? Lin Rei asked the 3 of them. Young master, we had a hard time looking for you. Hong Lian came to Lin Rei's side and said with dissatisfaction. Oh, got it. You guys should hurry up as well. If you don't hurry up and kill demonic beasts for me, then split up and do it separately. The more you kill, the better. Got it? We'll meet up in 10 days. After saying that, Linley didn't wait for Red Lotus to speak and continued to chase in the direction that the earthen bear had fled. Let's go. Since the young master has spoken, let's hurry up. We'll meet here in 10 days. Red Lotus said, and left too. Dianwei and Bai Qi were the only ones left. I say, after Red Lotus left, Dianwei turned to talk to Bai Qi. However, before he could finish his sentence, Bai Qi disappeared from where he was standing. Damn it, Bai Qi. Wait for me, Lin Rei said, and chased after him. At this moment, Linley was chasing after the world bear at high speed, not daring to slack off at all. Okay. After walking for a while, Lin Rei found that the earth bear was not far ahead. It was motionless and seemed to be looking at something. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. 1,000-year red fruit has been found ahead. If the host can eat it, your cultivation will skyrocket, and it can also strengthen your cultivation. At the same time, the host can use the red fruit to test the alchemy technique that the host just obtained. Lin Rei smiled. He didn't expect to find something good while chasing a demonic beast. However, he had to deal with the earth bear first. Thinking of this, Lin Rei rushed toward the earth bear. Big bear, I must have this thing today. I advise you to step aside obediently. You'll lose your life in front of me.
Growl.
The world bear growled, and then obediently retreated to one side. Seeing this, Linley was stunned, where he stood. What's going on? When did this big dumb bear become so obedient? Lin Ray stood there and looked at the earth bear in disbelief. He couldn't believe that it would give up on the thing in front of it and give it to him. Lin Ray slowly looked in the direction of the red fruit. He wanted to see what was going on, but after observing for a while, Lin Ray gave up. Damn it, so what if I die? Lin Ray rushed toward the red fruit. Seeing that it was right in front of him, Lin Ray smiled. Haha, this is mine. Looking at the vermilion fruit in front of him, Linley reached out and grabbed the vermilion fruit. But right at that moment, everything changed.
Whoosh.
A sound broke through the air and rushed toward Lin Ray. When Lin Ray saw the thing in front of him, he sucked in a breath of cold air and looked at the thing in front of him in disbelief.
It was a python.
Its body was covered in scales. Most importantly, the two sarcomas on its head were the most conspicuous. A pair of cold eyes stared at Lin Ray. For a moment, Lin Ray was too late to escape. Damn it, I knew that good things wouldn't be so easy to get. Whoosh! The heavenly python moved. It was very fast. Lin Ray's eyes didn't catch the python's movement. He saw a large tail swing over and wrap around Lin Ray's waist, binding Lin Ray. Damn, it's so powerful. Lin Ray was surprised. He didn't expect this python to be so powerful. Immediately, 10,000 alpacas galloped in his heart. He hated the earth bear to death. Damn it, you'd better not let me go back alive. Otherwise, I'll kill you. Lin Ray fiercely shouted at the place where the earth bear disappeared. No. If this continues, I'll be bound by this python until I can't breathe. Thinking of this, Lin Ray directly took out his weapon, the godly spear. The moment the godly spear was taken out, the surrounding temperature dropped by a few degrees. Damn it, if I don't show my power, you'll think I'm a sick cat. With that, Lin Ray stabbed the python's tail with his spear.
Pfft.
Originally, Linley had thought that this python's body would be extremely tough, but he didn't expect that his spear would be able to pierce through it without any hesitation. Roar! The python roared in pain. The tail wrapped around Lin Ray's waist instantly loosened, and its whole body shot into the distance. Let me tell you, if you provoke me again, I'll kill you and drink more snake soup. Linley saw the look in the python's eyes and said threateningly, Roar! The python reluctantly roared twice, then wriggled its body and swam into the distance. Hee, this time, this vermilion fruit is mine. Lin Ray looked at the 9 red fruits and felt a lot better. Linley stretched out his hand and picked up one of the cinnabar fruits. Just as he was about to examine it carefully, he saw that the cinnabar fruit instantly withered. In the end, it was so shriveled that it looked like a core. What's going on? Looking at the fruit in his hand, Lin Ray's heart ached, as if it was bleeding. System, what's going on? Why did my vermilion fruit become like this? With that, Lin Ray raised his hand. It's like this. This vermilion fruit is a heavenly treasure, so the moment it is picked, it must be placed in a jade box. Otherwise, it will wither instantly. Didn't I tell the host? When did you tell me? Lin Ray was dumbfounded when he heard the system's words. Wasn't it lying through its teeth? Okay, just pretend I didn't tell you. I'll tell you now. Hearing this, Lin Ray didn't say anything else. Lin Ray felt that the system was becoming more and more humane. Okay, then I'll keep them all in my storage. With that, Lin Ray touched the 8 vermilion fruits on the book. In an instant, all the vermilion fruits were kept in the system. Damn you. You made me so miserable. Just you wait. I'll definitely find you and torture you to death. Lin Ray muttered to himself as he chased after the bear of the earth. At this moment, the bear of the earth was no longer in danger. At this moment, it was leisurely enjoying the scenery around it, having a great time. You damn bear, do you know you almost killed me just now? The bear of the earth, who was playing, heard Lin Ray's words. On one hand, it was an illusion, so it had some benefits. However, when it heard Lin Ray's voice, the bear of the earth was no longer calm. Roar! An inconceivable roar came out of the bear of the earth's mouth. You still dare to roar at me? Looks like I have to beat you up today. With that, Lin Ray sped up and rushed over, then punched the bear of the earth's back.
Boom.
The bear of the earth was sent flying a few meters away. At this moment, the bear of the earth finally knew that Lin Ray was really not dead and had come back to take revenge. Roar. The bear of the earth knew that it couldn't beat Lin Ray, so it returned to beg for Lin Ray's forgiveness. Damn, you even know how to do this, but it's useless. If I don't beat you up today, then what about my face? With that, he slapped the bear of the earth's head. This action was repeated for the next few minutes. Roar.
Roar.
The bear of the earth cried out in grievance. It's not easy for you to cultivate until now. How about this? Be my mount for a month, and I'll let you go. Lin Ray suddenly thought of something. So he said to the bear of the earth. Hearing Lin Ray's words, the bear of the earth didn't agree immediately. Instead, it thought for a while before nodding its huge head. Chapter 22.
Roar. Roar.
The earthen bear roared twice, indicating that it had agreed. Lin Ray nodded and smiled when he saw this. And at least you're smart. If you didn't agree earlier, then you'd be a dead bear now. Do you understand? Hearing Lin Ray's words, all the fur on the earthen bear's body stood up.
Roar. Roar.
The earthen bear roared twice, and then obediently lay down on the ground. Yes, I'm going to a safe place now. Don't let anyone disturb me. After saying this, Lin Ray directly rode on the earthen bear's back, and the earthen bear carried Lin Ray towards its cave. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for gaining 5,000 experience. Congratulations to the host for gaining 10,000 experience. Congratulations to the host for gaining 20,000 experience. Lin Ray, who was resting with his eyes closed on the earthen bear's back, suddenly heard the sound of the system notification. Lin Ray didn't say anything and only smiled, because he knew that Red Lotus and the others had started to kill. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for leveling up to Chi Refining Level 5. In less than 5 minutes, the system notification rang out, but when Lin Ray saw his experience, he was immediately stunned. This was because he saw a very terrifying number. When he was on the 4th level, it was only 90,000, but after leveling up, it had become 120,000. Sigh. Looks like I have to earn more experience in the future. Otherwise, when will I be able to increase my strength to the point where I can kill a golden core cultivator in a year's time? Thinking of this, Lin Ray panicked. Fortunately, he had the scarlet fruit now. After eating the scarlet fruit, he could earn less experience. Little bear, hurry up and find a place for me. Lin Ray didn't think that time was very tight when he thought of what would happen in a year's time. This kind of pressure made Lin Ray unable to breathe. Roar. The earthen bear responded, and then increased its speed. The system notification never stopped. All of them were the experience earned by Chi, and the others from killing demonic beasts. It seems like they're really working hard. To be able to earn so much experience in such a short period of time, I'll have to reward them when I return. A gratified smile appeared on Lin Ray's face because he was very satisfied with Lin Ray and the others. System. How can I undo the bindings on their cultivation bases so that their cultivation bases aren't tied to mine and they can cultivate freely? Lin Ray thought about the cultivation bindings on them, so he asked the system. Lin Ray wanted to ask if there was a way to remove it. It is possible, but after you touch it, their cultivation will not break through after you do. Their cultivation speed will be very slow. If you want to remove it, you will have to pay a price. However, the system wants to ask again. Host, do you really want to remove the restriction on their bodies? The system asked again with uncertainty, but Lin Ray's answer was still the same. Yes, I want to remove their cultivation bindings and allow them to freely increase their cultivation. Only then can they be considered true cultivators. The system heard Lin Ray's answer and didn't object. The price for removing the cultivation bindings is to consume all your spirit stones, exchange points, and reputation points. Do you want to remove it? Hearing the system's words, Lin Ray's heart ached for a moment. but then he nodded resolutely. Yes, you can remove it. In an instant, Lin Rei felt like he was back to square one. There was nothing left except for some pills. Ding dong, the system has removed the cultivation bindings. Your warlords can now cultivate independently. As soon as the system removed the bindings, Hong Lian and the others felt that their cultivation was gradually increasing, and they were about to break through. What's going on? Why is this the question I asked you? The three of them asked at the same time. They were very confused, but they didn't have so many fantasies now. They were about to break through. Sai, it seems like we should find a place to break through first, and then go kill monsters. With that, Hong Lian walked towards the monster's nest in the distance. Dianwei and Bai Qi were the same. They all wanted to go to a safe place to break through. It seems that they have all broken through. When Lin Rei removed their bindings, the experience notifications disappeared and didn't appear for a long time. The only possibility that Lin Rei could think of was that they were about to break through.
Roar.
At this moment, the world bear beneath his butt let out a roar, waking Linley from his stupor.
Yes.
Lin Rei woke up. Looking at the cave in front of him, Lin Rei knew that this must be the earthen bear's cave, so he walked directly to the cave. Guard outside the cave. Don't take half a step in unless I summon you. Understand? Linley stopped at the entrance of the cave, then turned his head and said something to the world bear before walking in. After arriving at the cave, Lin Rei looked around carefully. The cave wasn't very big, but it was very clean. Lin Rei didn't think too much about it, so he found a clean rock and sat down. It's time to eat the cinnabar fruit. With a thought, a cinnabar fruit appeared in Lin Rei's hand. Without stopping, he stuffed it into his mouth because he was afraid that it would wither. It's quite sweet. Lin Rei didn't swallow the fruit directly. Instead, he chewed it slowly and tasted it carefully. While the four of them were breaking through, the two assassins of the Fengyan sect who had been sent by Lin Rei had already arrived at the entrance of the Forest Mountain Range. Leader, who are we killing this time? I didn't think that we would have to ask you to take care of it. One of the men with shifty eyes asked the first person. The expression on his face was really disgusting. I don't know either. I only know that there are a few people, and there's a girl called Hong Lian. She's at most at the peak of qi refining, so you have to be careful. These people dared to kill the great elder's granddaughter, so they must be quite capable. Hearing the leader's words, everyone became alert. No one dared to relax. All right, you have to be careful inside, especially the demonic beasts. Otherwise, you'll lose your life if you're not careful. In the end, the leader said a few words to his subordinates behind him and prepared to walk inside. This was a group of people coming. Oh, isn't this the great elder's subordinate Yan Feng? I didn't think that you would be sent out to kill a few pieces of trash. They really put in a lot of effort. A dozen people came from behind and took the lead, mocking the leader called Yan Feng. Why do you have to say that? Besides, didn't the third elder send you out as well? No matter what, we're in the same boat. The two of them started arguing. The people next to them felt helpless. They hadn't argued enough in the sect, and now they were on a mission outside. Leader, why don't we finish the mission first? If that little boy escapes, we won't be able to bear the great elder's anger. One of his subordinates couldn't stand it anymore, so he walked out and tried to persuade them. Yan Feng regained his senses and glared at the leader opposite him before replying. Lu Feng, I'm not going to argue with you about this. I'm going to finish the mission first. When we get back to the sect, we'll fight for 300 rounds. After that, he led his men to the Forest Mountain Range without even listening to Lu Feng's words. We still don't know who killed those people. Let's go, we have to get ahead of them and capture those people alive. Then, we'll hand them over to the third elder. What pills? What skills? Let's go. Lu Feng said to his subordinates and rushed into the Forest Mountain Range. At that moment, Lin Rei was sitting in the Great Earth Bear's cave, trying to break through. Right now, Linley's entire body was red, and steam was rising from his head. In addition, the pressure emanating from his entire body was slowly rising. Seeing Linley grit his teeth in agony, Linley's face was filled with pain. No matter what, I have to break through to the 8th layer of Chi Disciple today. Otherwise, how am I going to finish the mission in a year? The more Lin Rei thought about it, the more motivated he became. His hands kept changing signs. Slowly, Lin Rei's Chi rose to the 7th layer of Chi Disciple and then stopped. Lin Rei opened his eyes and sighed with disappointment. Just a little bit more, and I'll be able to break through to the 8th layer. Why isn't there enough energy? Linley regretfully stood up. He wanted to leave, but just as he was about to take a step, he suddenly remembered that he still had a dragon tiger pill. He immediately sat back down, took out the dragon tiger pill, and swallowed it. This time, Linley didn't feel the same pain as the first time he had eaten the dragon tiger pill. I don't believe that I can't break through with so much energy. Lin Rei could faintly feel the 8th layer of the barrier, but it was too strong. Break for me. Lin Rei gathered all his spirit energy in front of the 8th layer of the barrier. Then, he mobilized his spirit energy and rushed towards the barrier. PFFF, a mouthful of blood sprayed out from Linley's mouth, and the aura of his entire body weakened significantly. It's really strong. But do you think you can stop me with this? Wishful thinking. Lin Rei mobilized all his spirit energy and rushed towards the barrier. PFFF, just like last time, Linley spat out another mouthful of blood, and his aura weakened slightly. However, Linley's eyes shone brightly. From the looks of it, Linley was going to try a 3rd time. Just like this, over 10 times in a row, Linley's aura grew weaker each time, but he never gave up. I don't believe that I can't break through this time. Lin Rei looked at the tattered barrier and smiled. Lin Rei, open for me. A furious roar came from Linley's mouth, but at the same time, Linley once again gathered his spiritual energy and charged towards the broken 8th layer of the barrier.
Boom.
A terrifying aura came from Lin Rei's body. Moreover, his injuries from before were healed. Other than his face being a little pale, everything else was fine. Sigh, I didn't think that this breakthrough would take 4 days. Cultivation really has no concept of time. Lin Rei sat there and sighed. However, if other cultivators knew about this, they would have the urge to strangle him to death. Other cultivators would only be able to break through a few layers after cultivating for 1 or 2 years, but he broke through 5 layers in a few days. This was still considered slow. Chapter 23. With but a thought, Linley returned to his own interface. Seeing his own information, Linley couldn't help but sigh. A few months ago, he had been a worthless piece of trash. But now, he had become such a revered immortal practitioner. The affairs of the world were truly unpredictable. Thinking of this, Lin Rei raised his head and looked at his information. He felt a burst of excitement. Name, Lin Rei. Age, 14. Cultivation, Chi Refining Stage 8. Experience, 600-180000. Spiritual Roots, Thunder, Fire, Wood, 3. Chaos Spiritual Roots Talent, Top Cultivation Method, Chaos Scripture, Incomplete, Devouring Heavenly Technique, Growable, Hongmeng Alchemy, Entry Level, Martial Skills, Butterfly Steps, Entry Level, Stellar Finger, Proficient, Silent Thunder Spear Art, High Level Profound Martial Skill, now practiced to entry level, can generate 3 Thunderbolts, Spiritual Treasure, Martial. Emperor Godly Spear, High-Level Spiritual Energy, Growable Equipment, Cloud Stepping Boots, High-Level Spiritual Energy, Purple Cloud Robe, High-Level Spiritual Energy, Purple Cloud Inner Armor, High-Level Spiritual Energy, Mount, Red Flame Tiger, Chi Refining Stage Level 1 Champion Lottery System, 3 chances to draw a prize reputation value, 0 exchange points, 0 spiritual stones, 1000 mission, main mission, set up a sect in the next 5 years. If you can't complete the mission or exceed the time limit, the system will directly erase you. Side mission, take in 5 best disciples in the next 5 years. Each disciple's aptitude must be top-notch. In 5 years, your disciples must make a name for themselves in the entire mysterious heavenly mainland. If you can't complete the mission in 5 years, the system will directly erase you, just like the previous mission. Side mission: kill the evil spirit of Zodiac's spiritual master in 10 days. If you can't kill him, the system will directly erase you. Side mission: go to the Fengyan Sect and kill the third elder Wangshen in the next year. If you can't complete the mission or complete the mission, the system will directly erase you. Pills: 30 body-enhancing pills, 200 soul-gathering pills, 50 foundation-building pills, 1 dragon tiger pill, can expand the tendons and meridians. Very useful for early-stage cultivators. 1 marrow cleansing pill. Sigh, it's still a bit low. If it was a bit higher, I could fly on my sword.
How cool would that be?
As he spoke, Lin Rei laughed foolishly. It was as if he was already flying in the sky on a flying sword. The most speechless thing was the drool at the corner of Lin Rei's mouth. Coupled with his 14-year-old face, he looked really naughty. Host, don't slack off. With your current strength, not to mention the current mission, even a random cultivator at the upper stage of the Foundation establishment stage would be able to squash you to death with a single finger. Therefore, the most important thing for the host right now is to quickly increase your cultivation. Oh, right. I forgot to tell the host that because you leveled up too quickly in the early stages, the system will absorb 30% of the host's experience in leveling up in the later stages. Therefore, the host should increase your cultivation as soon as possible. Otherwise, it wouldn't be good if your enemies came knocking on your door. After the system's words, a person directly splashed cold water on Lin Rei's head. In an instant, Lin Rei woke up. The moment he woke up, Lin Rei felt like dying. I say, system, you can't do this. I didn't have much experience to begin with, and now you've deducted 30% of it. What am I supposed to do in the future? You can't bully me like this. As he spoke, Lin Rei revealed a pitiful expression. He wanted the system to feel it, but the system didn't even let out a fart.
Fine, fine.
Since you're forcing me, then I, your father, will admit it. At worst, I'll just kill more monsters and earn more experience. These words came out of Lin Rei's mouth. If the people who died earlier saw Lin Rei gnashing his teeth, they would definitely laugh like crazy. They would definitely vent their anger. F***CK. Lin Rei cursed at the system and then walked out of the cave. Red Lotus and the other two were also in good condition. They had all reached the Foundation establishment stage. Instead of continuing to hunt monsters, they came to the place where they had agreed to meet. Sister Hong, what's going on? Why did we all make breakthroughs at the same time? Dian Wei, who had just arrived, asked Red Lotus at the top of his voice. Seeing Dian Wei's appearance, Red Lotus's good mood immediately vanished. She rolled her eyes at Dian Wei and said in dissatisfaction, Dian Wei, can you not speak so loudly every time? Are you trying to break my ears? Well, I'm not. I'm just happy to see you, Sister Hong. Besides, I didn't speak so loudly. Seeing Red Lotus's appearance, Dian Wei's heart palpitated. Fearing that Red Lotus would go crazy and fight him, he hurriedly explained with a smile. Humph, I don't care. If you speak so loudly next to me again, I'll definitely beat you to death. Do you believe me? Red Lotus, who spoke, put on a weird smile, which made Dian Wei's legs tremble. Well, hee, I know. I won't do it again, Dian Wei said in a low voice.
Hee.
A voice suddenly came. Hearing the voice, Red Lotus and Dian Wei immediately became vigilant and stared at the place where the voice came from, not daring to be careless for even a moment. Well, what are you doing? It was Bai Qi who walked out of the grass. Seeing Red Lotus and Dian Wei's actions, Bai Qi was instantly stunned. Damn it. If you dare to do it again, I'll definitely beat you to death. Do you believe me? Seeing that it was Dian Wei, Red Lotus and Dian Wei immediately relaxed and walked over with Bai Qi. With a thud, Dian Wei's fist hit Dian Wei's shoulder, and Red Lotus and Dian Wei burst into laughter. Ha ha ha, boy, you're so scary even when you show up. We thought you were an enemy. If you dare to do it again, Sister Han will definitely kill you. With that, Dian Wei turned his head to Red Lotus and winked at her, but Red Lotus pretended not to see it. You made a breakthrough in your cultivation? Dian Wei was dumbfounded by Bai Qi's words. He had thought that Red Lotus would come out and scold Bai Qi. Yes, I did. I can feel that we made a breakthrough with young master's help, but I really don't know where you are. Kai Chi didn't say anything else but asked the question in his mind. Red Lotus and Dian Wei fell silent after Bai Chi said that. What Red Lotus didn't know was that Linley's crisis was slowly approaching. At this moment, Linley was riding on the earthen bear and wandering around the second floor of the forest sky. He was very happy. Hey, little bear. Do you know where the treasures are? If you do, take me there. I promise I'll leave some for you to make a breakthrough, okay? Linley had a sinister smile on his face as he spoke to the world bear beneath him. Hearing Linley's words, the world bear's body trembled. It hurriedly shook its massive head and growled, as though saying, I don't know. Well, okay. Seeing the earth bear's reaction, Lin Ray was helpless. He didn't force it, but rode it into the distance. Big brother, why can't we find it? We've been here for a few days. I can't eat or sleep well here. I'm bored to death. Not too far away from Linley, two men were walking towards him. One of them was a short man who was grumbling to the man next to him. Sai, what can we do? The higher-ups have orders. As long as we can't find the people who killed Miss Su Fong, even if you die here, you can't go back. Hurry up and find them. Otherwise you can never go back. The person who was called Big Brother said to the person beside him. Sai, what you said is true. Miss Su Fong is so cute. How can someone be so cruel to kill her? The person who said that saw the man's eyes revealed a lewd look. The person who looked at him felt disgusted. Humph, let me tell you. If the leader sees you like this, don't say that I didn't warn you. Even if Miss Su Fong is a dead person now, it's not something we can fantasize about. So, if you have the strength to fantasize, why don't you use some time to find the murderer? That's the right way. After saying that, the big brother walked away. The person who was standing there quickly chased after him. Big brother, wait for me. The man hurriedly ran 2 steps and finally walked side by side with the big brother. As for that big brother, he came to a halt and stared off into the distance. From there, a person riding a world bear was slowly making his way towards the two of them. The person riding on the world bear was none other than Linley, who was slowly admiring the scenery. Second brother, go and ask that person if he has heard of the name Red Lotus in this forest mountain range. The big brother said to the man next to him. The man walked out and walked towards the man riding the bear of the earth.
Yes.
At this time, the person on the earth bear said. Hearing the footsteps, he quickly sat up and looked in the direction of the footsteps. Kid, have you ever heard of someone called Red Lotus in the Forest Sky Mountain Range? The man walked up and shouted at Lin Ray. Yes, Red Lotus. Hearing this name, Lin Ray frowned and was stunned. He looked like he was thinking, but in fact, he was wondering how this person knew the name Red Lotus. Yes, I don't know. I just came here not long ago. I have been riding the bear and enjoying the scenery, so I didn't pay much attention to it. Lin Ray said casually to the hat. He looked very serious. I really haven't. The man didn't seem to believe Lin Ray's words, so he asked Lin Ray again. Yes, I really don't know. Big brother, did that Red Lotus do something bad? Tell me, if I see her, I will definitely tell you. Lin Ray relied on his 14-year-old appearance to act cute to the man. Okay, since you don't know, then forget it. But if you see her in the future, tell me immediately. I won't treat you unfairly. After saying that, the man turned and walked towards the big brother. Lin Ray's face, which was originally acting cute, instantly became gloomy. Chapter 24. I have to find Red Lotus and the others quickly. Seeing the situation just now, Lin Ray already knew that the road ahead would not be easy. Thus, Lin Ray turned around and searched for Red Lotus and the others' auras. The person who asked Lin Ray the question just now returned to his big brother's side. He nodded and said respectfully, Big brother, I asked that child just now. He said that he hasn't seen them before. He hasn't seen them before? Hearing this, the man began to frown. In his mind, he couldn't help but think back to Linley's arrival. Impossible. How can a child ride an earth bear? The more the man thought about it, the more he felt that something was wrong. especially the matter reported by his second brother just now. The man was even more confused. No, he must know where Red Lotus is, or he's the mastermind behind this. Second brother, quickly send a signal flare and say that you found a suspicious person. After speaking, the man left his second brother behind, while he himself chased after Linley. Okay. After the man disappeared, the second brother came back to his senses and quickly took out a signal flare and shot it into the sky. Boom boom. The word gather appeared in the sky. When the word appeared in the sky, all the people and demonic beasts outside the forest sky raised their heads to look. Hurry up, gather everyone together and quickly gather over there. If anyone is slow, I will kill him. The same thing happened on the other side of the forest sky. A group of people also saw the word gather and similarly ordered their subordinates to gather towards the word. Just like that, the entire forest sky was shaken. Lin Rei, who was looking for Red Lotus and the others, naturally saw this. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei knew that these people were coming for him. The only people he had offended in the past few days were the youth who died at his hands and Su Feng, who was killed by Red Lotus. Looks like the Fengyun sect already knows about this. Lin Rei looked at the words gather in the sky and became anxious. He was very worried about Red Lotus and the others. System, can you sense where Red Lotus and the others are now? The fastest way Lin Rei could think of to find Red Lotus and the others was through the help system. Yes, I can, but you have to give me 100 spiritual stones as a reward. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei did not hesitate and directly threw the spirit stones to the system. Alright, this transaction is a complete success. The system will now tell you the location of Red Lotus and the others. The system's happy voice fell into Lin Rei's ears. For a moment, Lin Rei really didn't know what to say. Then hurry up and tell me, don't dilly-dally. When Lin Rei saw that the system didn't say anything, he instantly became anxious. I already told you, the system said again, but this time, Lin Rei really had the urge to beat someone up. *CK, when did you tell me? Why don't you know? You're blatantly lying. Just as Lin Rei finished speaking, several footsteps came from behind Lin Rei. Young master, we've finally found you. A voice that Lin Rei was very familiar with came from Lin Rei's stupid dog. When Lin Rei heard this voice, his body trembled and he quickly turned around. What entered his eyes was the face that had worried him for a long time. Phew, I thought something had happened to you. Seeing that they were fine, Lin Rei immediately let out a sigh of relief. His tense body also relaxed. Young master, I discovered that a lot of people have come to Forest Sky in the past few days, and they all seem to be coming for us. This time Bai Qi, who had never spoken much, spoke his opinion. Hearing Bai Qi's words, Lin Rei's face instantly became gloomy and even somewhat sinister. I know, I've already met with them, but none of them recognized me. However, not long after I left, a signal flare appeared in the sky. I think they've already seen through my identity, so it's going to be dangerous. Lin Rei told Hong Lian and the others about what he had encountered. In an instant, the atmosphere became tense. Moreover, they're all very strong. The people I've met are all in the middle stage of Foundation establishment. No matter who they are, we can't fight them head-on. So, the only thing we need to do now is to quickly avoid them and leave Forest Sky. Otherwise, after saying that, Lin Rei didn't continue. Bai Qi and the others already understood Lin Rei's words. Let's go. Hurry up and find a cave. When it's dark, we'll break out. That way, the chances of success will be higher. After saying that, Lin Rei walked into the distance. Under the guidance of the Earthen Bear, they arrived at a cave. Alright, let's all get some rest. When it gets dark, we'll make our move. As he spoke, Linley sat down on the ground and began to train. Red Lotus and the others did the same. They all entered a state of training, and off to the side, they were frantically searching for Linley. At that moment, LVN arrived and asked them, who released the signal flare? For a moment, everyone was silent. At that moment, someone stepped forward and said in a trembling voice, "It's my leader." Yes, it's my leader. Just now, He saw a child riding an earthen bear. Boss found it suspicious, so he chased after it and told me to wait here.
All right.
Seeing someone step forward, not only LV Yen but everyone else also looked at that person. Song bitch, you said that your big brother found someone and chased after him? LV Yen asked. It wasn't that he didn't believe Song bitch, but that Song bitch had never spoken the truth. Yes, it's true. My big brother chased in that direction. Song bitch pointed at the direction her big brother had disappeared. Alright, let's go. LV Yen looked at the direction Song bitch was pointing at and gave an order to his subordinates. Then, he chased in that direction. After LV Yen disappeared, another group of people appeared. The leader was one of the third elder's subordinates that they had met when they had just arrived. Boss, should we chase after them and take a look? Asked one of the subordinates. Hee, of course we have to chase after them. Maybe we can really find the person we're looking for. Pass down the order that anyone who finds Hong Lian's group will be rewarded. After saying that, Fang Yu took the lead and chased after LV Yen. In the cave, Lin Rei was sitting on the ground. After circulating his cultivation method for a few days, he woke up and frowned as if he was thinking about something bad. What's wrong, young master? A pleasant voice came from the side. Lin Rei turned his head and saw that Hong Lian had woken up from her cultivation. Oh, nothing. I'm just thinking about what to do next. Speaking of this, Lin Rei's frown deepened. Hong Lian had never seen Lin Rei like this before. Hong Lian stood up and sat beside Lin Rei. She put her hand on Lin Rei's furrowed brows and gently rubbed them. She wanted to make Lin Rei relax, but this action made Lin Rei lose his calm. Lin Rei's breathing became heavier and heavier, and so did Hong Lian. Slowly, their eyes met, and they forgot about their previous worries. Lian, you're so beautiful. At that moment, Lin Rei's masculine voice reached Hong Lian's ears. Hong Lian was about to speak when her mouth was covered by Lin Rei's. Hong Lian, who was struggling, lost her grip under Lin Rei's attack. Perhaps it was the first time for both of them, but this kiss lasted for 10 minutes. Only when Hong Lian was almost out of breath did Lin Rei let go of her. Lin Rei, who let go of Hong Lian, smiled at her happily. What are you laughing at? Looking at Lin Rei's appearance, Hong Lian glared at Lin Rei with a flushed face. I'm laughing at my Lian's beauty. Lin Rei's words made Hong Lian, who had returned to normal, blush again. All right, young master, what time is it now? Why are you still fooling around? If those people find out, we'll be in trouble. Hong Lian looked at Lin Rei's carefree appearance and felt anxious. Sigh, it's fine. We'll deal with whatever comes our way. What's there to be afraid of? At most, we'll fight them to the death. I don't believe that I won't kill one or two of them before I die. Looking at Lin Rei's appearance, as if he was determined to die, Hong Lian couldn't stop her tears from flowing out. Young master, if it really comes to that, I'll hold them back. You go first. Even if I die, I won't let them hurt you. Hong Lian looked at Lin Rei, as if he was her child. Fine. When the time comes, we'll leave together. I promise you, we'll definitely leave this place safely. Linley sat up, then wrapped his arm around Red Lotus' waist, and said solemnly to her. Yo, you're about to die, and you're still being lovey-dovey. Do you have to be like this? Just as Lin Rei and Hong Lian were talking, the big brother who had been chasing after them walked over. Dian Wei and Bai Qi, who were pretending to be asleep, were woken up by the unexpected words.
Who are you?
The first thing Dian Wei and Bai Qi did was to ask the man in a cold tone. I'm here. Saying this, the man walked over. With every step he took, his murderous aura grew stronger. Haha, you want to kill me? I remember that a few people said the same thing a few days ago, but they still died, and they died very miserably. Lin Rei's tone gradually turned cold. The murderous look in his eyes was like that of a beast staring at its prey. Do you think you're capable of that? As he spoke, he saw the middle-aged man charge over at an extremely fast speed, a spiritual weapon appearing in his hand. Looking at the cold light emanating from the weapon and the man's aura, Linley conservatively estimated that this man was at least at the middle foundation establishment stage. How dare you? Seeing that the man rushed over, Dian Wei and Bai Qi hurriedly flashed to Linley's front to protect him. Chapter 25. Humph. The man ignored Dian Wei and Bai Qi and ran at a high speed with his spiritual energy. You're courting death. Dian Wei was furious that he was ignored. He picked up his axe and rushed at the man.
Ding.
Only the sound of weapons clashing could be heard. After the collision, both of them took 4 or 5 steps back. The man looked at Dian Wei in surprise, as if he had seen something unbelievable. Haha, I didn't expect you to be so strong. But I'm not sure about that this time. As he spoke, the man rushed forward again. However, this time, he was even faster than before. The aura on his body was even stronger. Oh no, Bai Qi, go and help him. Lin Rei sensed the man's aura and immediately sensed that something was wrong. He quickly turned his head and gave an order to Bai Qi. Yes, young master. Bai Qi also sensed that something was wrong. He quickly released his aura, revealing the strength of a middle-stage foundation establishment cultivator.
What?
A surprised voice came out of the man's mouth. Huh, are you surprised? But you don't have a chance anymore. Seeing the man's reaction, a murderous look appeared on Bai Qi's face. You, how is this possible? Seeing that Bai Qi's aura was actually stronger than his, the man immediately wanted to retreat. However, nobody knew what was going to happen. Bang! The moment Bai Qi and the man collided, a figure was instantly sent flying. A painful cry came from the man who was sent flying in the distance. Not only was the man in disbelief, even Lin Rei was shocked. He estimated that Bai Qi would at most reach the foundation establishment level. He didn't expect this. Lin Rei held Hong Lian's waist and slowly walked to the man in the distance. Do you think you can still kill me now? Linley said disdainfully to the man, his eyes filled with disdain. How can you have such a strong subordinate? The man asked Lin Rei in disbelief. There are many things you don't believe, but let me ask you now. How many people did you bring this time? How strong are they? If you report anything wrong, you don't need to live anymore. With that, Lin Rei stared at the man who was lying on the ground with murderous intent in his eyes. Just kill me. I won't tell you, the man said fiercely and turned his head away. Pa. A loud slap was heard on the man's face.
You.
My young master asked you to tell me because he's giving you face. How dare you be so stubborn? I'll kill you. Dian Wei slapped him again. For a moment, there was nothing but slaps and screams of pain. Don't fight. I'll tell you. The man couldn't help but yell. Lin Rei smiled too.
That's right.
You could have just told me. Why did I have to beat you? You're so naughty. Dian Wei saw that the man was finally going to talk, so he stopped and stood behind Lin Rei. Okay, tell me. How many people did you bring this time? Is there anything else? Yes, I don't know exactly how many people came, but I know that we're not the only ones who came. There's another group from the third elder's side. Hearing the man's words, Lin Rei frowned. Lin Rei had thought that there would only be a dozen people at most, but things were much more serious than he had imagined. Then tell me how strong they are.
Tell me who's on your side. How strong are they?
There are more than 20 people on the third elder's side. One of them is at the upper level of the enlightened realm, and all his subordinates are at the foundation establishment realm. There are 7 or 8 at the upper level of the foundation establishment realm, while the rest are at the middle or lower level. Hearing this, Lin Rei's frown deepened, especially when he heard that there were also people at the upper level of the enlightened realm. Lin Rei knew that things had gotten out of hand this time. Really? Tell me about your side. I don't believe that you have less people than them. Hearing Linley's words, the man endured the pain and explained the strength of his side to Linley. Our side belongs to the head elder's faction. Previously, you killed our head elder's most beloved granddaughter. This has already offended our head elder's reverse scale. Thus, this time, our head elder was sent out. Our head elder is at the peak of the enlightened stage. Not only that, he also sent out tens of foundation stage cultivators, tens of foundation stage cultivators, and tens of foundation stage cultivators. They said that they must kill all of you and bury you with Miss Su Fong. Speaking to hear, the man looked at Bai Qi with fear and then obediently lay on the ground. Haha, the Fengyan sect really put in a lot of effort. I didn't think that they would send so many disciples to surround me. It seems that my face is still very big. Looking at the man on the ground, Lin Rei didn't look at him because the man on the ground was no longer of any use. Young master, I've already told you what you wanted to ask. Can you let me go now? The man held on to his last shred of hope as he looked at Linley, who was about to leave, and begged. Linley did not say anything. He simply waved his hand. Bai Qi, who was standing beside him, nodded in understanding. Then, he walked over to the man's side and stabbed the scythe into the man's heart. The man's eyes were wide open as he died. His eyes were filled with unwillingness as he slowly died without any pain. Young master, what should we do now? There are so many experts here. With our current strength, we can only die. After killing the man, Bai Qi cleaned up the corpse and came to Lin Rei's side to express his opinion. I know. Our only chance now is to break out of this encirclement under the cover of the night. We can't let everyone die here. After hearing Lin Rei's words, Dian Wei, Bai Qi, and Hong Lian immediately knelt on the ground and swore, Yes, we're willing to go through fire and water for you, young master. Looking at this scene, Linley didn't know what to say. He walked up to them and helped them up and said to them solemnly, Don't worry. Your lives are mine. You can only die if I want you to. Only I can decide whether you live or die. No one else can. With that, Lin Rei turned around and waited for the night to fall. Young master. At this moment, Hong Lian came up. Seeing Lin Rei's face, she felt sad. What's wrong? Nothing. I just want to lean on you and wait for the night to fall with you. After saying this, Hong Lian's entire face turned red. Her entire face looked like a red apple, making people want to take a bite out of it. Okay, come on. With that, Lin Rei took Hong Lian into his arms domineeringly. This feels so good. It would be great if we could stay like this for the rest of our lives. A trace of disappointment flashed through Hong Lian's eyes, but she subtly hid it. Don't worry, this is just a test on my path to becoming an expert. We'll definitely pass it. Moreover, I'll take you to travel the entire universe. Hearing Lin Rei's words, a trace of happiness flashed through Hong Lian's face. It seemed that what Lin Rei said was what she yearned for. Yes, I believe that you'll definitely become an expert. A trace of determination flashed through Hong Lian's eyes. Yes, that's a must. I also have to promise you that when the time comes, I'll take you back to where I used to live. I'll show you how peaceful life there is. I believe that you'll like it there. Lin Rei looked at Hong Lian with a trace of gentleness in his eyes. However, there was more worry and self-blame in his eyes. He was afraid that those people would chase after them. He blamed himself, but didn't have the strength to protect Hong Lian. Okay, get ready. We're leaving. Also, clean up this place. Don't let anyone find out that there are living people here. Yes. Hearing Linley's order, Dian Wei immediately got to work. Soon he was done. Then he came to Linley and stood next to him obediently. Let's go. While those people haven't caught up yet, let's hurry up and leave. After saying that, the four of them and the bear rushed towards the exit of the forest mountain range. After a while, right after Lin Rei left, a group of people arrived at the cave. Leader, they've been here before. It seems that there was a battle here. Yeah, I sensed it too. Go, and see if you can find any clues. Lu Feng ordered one of his subordinates, who then walked around the area. They're lucky. We'll catch them next time. Not good, leader. At that moment, one of the people who went out to investigate came back in a panic. What's going on? Lu Feng frowned when he saw his subordinates lose their composure. Leader, when I went out to investigate just now, I found Song Bitch's brother buried in the ground not far away.
He's dead.
What? Song Bai Zi, who was in the team, instantly became dispirited when she heard the news of her brother's death. How? How is that possible? My brother is in the middle stage of foundation establishment. How can he be dead? You must be lying to me. I don't believe it. Song Bitch lost control of her emotions and ran towards the corpse while screaming. When the others were about to stop them, Lu Feng waved his hand and let them pass. Looking at Song Wenzi, who had lost control, Fang Feng didn't say anything. After a while, Song Wenzi's cries came from the direction of the corpse. Okay, leave one person here to wait for Song Bitch. The rest of you follow me. Lu Feng ordered one of the people next to him. Then, he led the others to chase after Lin Rei. Hee, I didn't think that kid would have a foundation establishment cultivator with him. No wonder he was so arrogant and killed the elder's descendants. At that moment, Yan Feng, who was hiding in the dark, said in surprise. He didn't think that Lin Rei's group would have a foundation establishment cultivator. This game is getting more and more interesting. Tell the others to follow Fang Yan and the others. Don't get discovered. Then he got up and followed them. Chapter 26. Young Master, I feel like there are a lot of people behind us, waiting for us to catch up. At this moment, Linley, who was running away, heard Bai Qi's words and was greatly shocked. I didn't think they'd catch up so quickly. I thought we could buy more time, but now it seems like the only way is to run faster. Then Lin Rei and the others sped up, especially Lin Rei. Although he was only at the 8th level of Qi refining, he wasn't any slower than Bai Qi and the others. While Lin Rei was running at full speed, Hong Lian gave Dian Wei and Bai Qi a look and whispered to them using telepathy. Only foundation establishment cultivators could use telepathy. If they catch up later, we can't let them threaten Young Master. Even if we die, we can't let them touch Young Master. At least we can stall them and buy some time for Young Master. Hearing Hong Lian's words, the three of them looked determined, as if they were ready to die. Lu Feng, who was behind Lin Rei, also sped up. He looked like he was determined to catch up with Lin Rei. Everyone speed up. I feel like they're right in front of us. If we catch them, we can go back to the sect. Then, we'll be rewarded by the elders. Lu Feng's words seemed to have stimulated them. Each of them acted as if they had taken Viagra and brought out their best skills. Everyone's speed increased by a level. The corners of Lu Feng's mouth rose slightly, revealing a mysterious smile. What's going on? Why did they speed up? At that moment, Yan Feng was surprised. Just when they were following Lu Feng and the others suddenly sped up. They didn't understand what was going on. No way. Suddenly, Yan Feng thought of something. His expression changed and he said to his subordinates, "Hurry up and speed up. Everyone speed up in a bit. Also, prepare for battle. You might have a tough battle ahead of you." When the group of people heard their leader's words, they were all stunned. None of them knew what was going on. What? Listen to my orders. After saying that, he sped up and chased after Lu Feng. It was the same for Lin Rei. He was running away like crazy. If someone was here, they would definitely think that this was a chase. Young Master, why don't we escape to another place? I have a feeling that there will be people reading us at the exit. Hearing these words from Red Lotus, Linley instantly came to a halt. Turning his head to look around, Linley's eyes locked onto a single direction, and he pointed in that direction as he spoke to Red Lotus and the others. There. Let's go there. I think we can survive there. After saying that, Lin Rei didn't ask for their permission and immediately walked in the direction he pointed. Let's go. We'll act according to the situation later. Seeing that Lin Rei had walked far away, he turned his head and said to Bai Qi and Xiao Chen. Yes, we know, Sister Hong. We won't let the young master get hurt. Yes, let's go. Let's catch up with the young master. After saying that, Hong Lian and the other two chased after him. As for the earthen bear, it was dismissed by Lin Rei halfway. However, no matter how fast they ran, they couldn't outrun an enlightened cultivator. Soon they caught up with Lin Rei. Leader, they're in front. One of Lu Feng's subordinates said excitedly when he saw Lin Rei's back. Hee hee, we finally caught up. Everyone, let's hurry up. Don't let them get away again. Fong Fong and the others sped up and chased after Lin Ray crazily.
Sigh, they still caught up.
Could it be that we can't escape this time? When he thought of this, Linley's eyes were filled with unwillingness, and his body began to emanate a desolate aura. Red Lotus, on his back, sensed the change in Linley, and her heart instantly began to ache. Little brat, stop running. You won't be able to get far. If you know what's good for you, just obediently accept your death. Very quickly, Lu Feng and his men caught up. One of his men suddenly stood up and looked at Linley, who was still trying to escape, and said in a disdainful tone, Hee hee, I'm running. How can I still run in this situation? When Lin Ray said that, he sounded very desolate. However, his eyes were still filled with determination. He didn't believe that he would die here today. He still had a lot of things to do. Oh, look at you. It seems like you still don't understand the situation. The person who had been staring at Lin Ray suddenly became interested when he saw Lin Ray's gaze. I just want to know if you're the Great Elder's Men or the Third Elder's Men. Everyone was stunned when they heard Lin Ray's words. They thought that Lin Ray would beg for mercy. They didn't expect him to be the one asking questions. You, shut up. The man who was about to say something was stopped by the leader. Seeing that you're about to die, I'm not afraid to tell you that we're the Great Elder's Men. But then again, you can't blame the Great Elder for this. Who told you to kill his granddaughter? You only have yourself to blame for all of this. Oh, so you're the Great Elder's Men. Ha ha ha. As he spoke, Linley stepped forward, laughing with a hint of disdain in his voice. Yes. What are you laughing at? When Lu Feng saw Lin Ray laughing in this situation, he instantly felt that something was wrong. What am I laughing at? I'm laughing at the fact that you won't be able to kill me today. Lin Ray said with incomparable confidence. Just a moment ago, Lin Ray discovered that there was a 10,000 zhang tall cliff behind him. Although it was a 10,000 zhang tall cliff, it still gave him a chance to survive. Haha, you should accept your fate. Come, kill him for me. When Lu Feng saw Lin Ray's appearance, especially Lin Ray's incomparable confidence, he felt that he had to kill Lin Ray quickly. Otherwise, it would cause trouble. Yes. Lu Feng gave the order to his subordinates, and then stood there, waiting for the scene of Linley's death. Don't you dare hurt my young master. Dian Wei, Hong Lian, and Bai Qi all stood up and protected Lin Ray. Haha, I didn't expect that at Qi refining stage Ant would have such a beautiful woman by his side. Since that's the case, I won't be polite. When the people who rushed over saw the red lotus, they wanted to take it for themselves. You'll have to live to see that. When Bai Qi saw that Hong Lian was being molested, he immediately released his aura and rushed to the man who was full of nonsense. He immediately swung the sickle in his hand.
Swoosh.
When Bai Qi's sickle was about to reach the man's head, a sword suddenly appeared beside Bai Qi and stabbed towards him. A group of thieves who only know how to sneak attack. Do you think you won't die? At first, the man thought that he could save his companion by doing so. However, he was wrong. Bai Qi's scythe cut through the man's neck without stopping for a moment. Then, the scythe changed direction and swung towards the man who launched the sneak attack. What? The man with the sword was scared silly. He originally thought that he could kill Bai Qi, but now he was putting himself in danger. No, don't. Seeing the sickle flying towards him, the man with the sword was instantly terrified. Do you know your mistake now? What a pity. Bai Qi's sickle did not stop there. At the same time, it cut through the man's throat, and he died. Who else? Bai Qi turned his head and said to Lu Yan's group in an incomparably domineering manner. In an instant, Bai Qi's murderous appearance was engraved in everyone's hearts. Ants. At this time, Lu Feng, who had not made a move until now, moved with terrifying speed. He arrived beside Bai Qi in an instant and hit Bai Qi's chest with one hand. A force as heavy as Mount Tai rushed into Bai Qi's chest.
Pooh.
In an instant, all of Bai Qi's internal organs were severely injured. His whole body flew back towards Lin Ray. I originally wanted to give you a chance to live, but now I regret it. I will kill you immediately to appease my brother's soul in heaven." Lu Feng looked at Linli and said as he charged towards Linli. Seeing Lu Feng charging towards him, Linli instantly felt the pressure on his body. "If you want to kill my young master, you'll have to kill me first." At this time, Dianwei, who was standing next to Lin Rei, stepped forward and blocked Lin Rei's path.
Bang!
A muffled sound came from the front. Dianwei's appearance was the same as Bai Qi's. In fact, his injuries were even more serious than Bai Qi's. "Haha, I didn't expect that everyone around you would give up their lives for you. But even so, you can't escape the fate of death today."
Die!
Lu Feng and Lin Rei attacked. This time, Lin Rei was prepared to resist. But someone always beat them to it. It was Red Lotus who came to Lin Rei's side and hugged Lin Rei, leaving her back in Lu Yan's attack range. Lin Rei was stunned. Looking at Red Lotus, who was smiling happily, Lin Rei felt his heart being squeezed. The pain was unbearable. No. Lin Rei came back to his senses and tried to refute with all his strength. However, no matter how hard he tried, he was no match for Foundation Establishment expert. "Brother Lei, this is the first time I've called you that, and probably the last time. Thank you for giving me so many beautiful memories. I'm really happy. If there's a next life, I hope that I can lie in your arms quietly and do nothing. I'll be content just to look at you quietly."
Ugh.
Before Red Lotus even finished speaking, she spat out a mouthful of blood onto Linli's face. This was Red Lotus blood. She had spat out blood from when Lu Feng had struck her on the back, and her internal organs had been shattered. Woo-woo. A beast-like roar came out of Linli's mouth. Using all his strength, Linli hugged Red Lotus and sat on the ground, crying. Chapter 27.
Why?
Why are you so stupid? When Linli saw that the Red Lotus's aura was slowly disappearing, he became even more anxious. He hurriedly channeled the chaos scripture into the Red Lotus's body, hoping to use it to maintain the Red Lotus's life force. However, in the end, the Red Lotus's life force was still slowly disappearing. No, don't be so cruel.
I don't want you to die.
Lin Rei cried when he saw that it was useless, so he glared at Lu Feng with murderous eyes.
Yes.
Seeing those beast-like bloodshot eyes, Lu Feng's heart was filled with fear, and he had the urge to retreat.
How can this be?
Am I hallucinating? How could I be scared off by a puny Qi disciple? Lu Feng, who had been afraid of Linli, returned to his original position when he realized that Linli was only at the Qi disciple stage. It's all your fault. If it wasn't for you, Lian wouldn't have ended up like this. It's all your fault. With that, Linli stood up and charged towards Lu Feng while secretly communicating with the system. "Little dragon, if I jump down later, can you quickly put Han Lian and the others away?" "Yes, you can. They were summoned by the system. If you want to put them away, you can do it with just a thought." The system knew about Lin Rei's situation, so it didn't play around.
Fine.
After speaking, the hatred in Linli's eyes began to surge, as though it had reached a peak. You don't know what's good for you." Lu Feng laughed when he saw Linli charging towards him. He never would have thought that a mere Qi disciple stage ant would dare to provoke him. "Not only will I kill your woman today, I'll also kill you. I'll kill all of you." Lu Feng channeled a good technique and raised his hand to slap Lin Rei. Whoosh, whoosh. The sound of the wind, accompanied by the aura of a superior being, assaulted Linli in the face. In that instant, Linli's body, which had been moving at high speed, suddenly sank, and he almost fell to his knees. "Humph! You think you can force me to kneel with just this little bit of pressure? You underestimate me too much." As he spoke, Linli's bent legs slowly straightened once more. "You dare to provoke me with such a little power? What a joke." Lu Feng's aura of enlightened mastery increased by a few notches, and the full force of his aura rushed towards Linli. The heavy pressure made it hard for Linli to breathe, but in the end, Linli didn't kneel. Heh hee hee, is this all you've got? It's nothing, Lin Rei said to Lu Feng with disdain, but at the same time, his eyes flashed as if his plan was about to succeed. You're courting death. Lu Feng couldn't hold back after hearing Lin Rei's mockery. He moved to Lin Rei's side and chopped his hand towards Lin Rei. Instantly, Linley felt a sense of danger. At the same time, Linley began to laugh. He laughed very happily, but behind that smile, a cold aura emanated from his body.
Bang!
Linley's entire body flew backwards. Lu Feng had only used 50% of his strength in this attack. Although it was not enough to kill an 8th-stage cultivator, it was still enough to seriously injure him. However, it was impossible for Linley to be sent flying 6 or 7 meters away. Because of this, Lu Feng was furious. Linley's flying body didn't stop. He continued to fly backwards until he was 6 or 7 meters away. Only then did Linley slowly slow down. And then, in midair, he did a perfect 360-degree turn and gracefully landed on the ground. System, let's take advantage of this opportunity to bring them all in. Hurry up. Landing on the ground, Linley thought for a moment, then spoke to the system. Okay. As soon as the system finished speaking, Hong Lian and the other two slowly disappeared in front of everyone. What's going on? Where did they go? When Lu Feng saw Bai Qi and the other two, who were heavily injured, vanish without a trace, he was dumbfounded. Could it be you? Lu Feng didn't know what was going on, so he thought of Lin Rei. He looked at Lin Rei in disbelief. Ha ha ha. Lin Rei laughed happily when he heard Lu Feng's words. However, the hatred in his eyes didn't weaken at all. Instead, it slowly increased. It really is you. How did you do it? Hearing Linley's laughter, LVN was already certain that the disappearance of those 3 people was definitely related to Linley. That's right. I did it. Lin Rei didn't deny it because there was no need to. Hee hee, I didn't expect you to have such a magical thing. Lu Feng's eyes were full of greed as he stared at Lin Rei. What? Do you want it? Lin Rei knew what Lu Feng was thinking when he saw his expression.
Ha, that's right.
As long as you give it to me, I'll make your death less painful. Maybe I'll even leave your corpse intact. Lu Feng was like a god who could read people's fates.
Die? I don't want to die.
I haven't killed you bastards yet. I haven't avenged Hong Lian. How can I die? Lin Rei's words were full of hatred and killing intent as he looked at Lu Feng. It's not up to you to decide whether you want to die or not. Your life is in my hands now. If I want to kill you, it's only a matter of time. So, before Lu Feng could finish, Lin Rei turned around and ran towards the cliff behind him. What? Lu Feng was stunned. He didn't expect Lin Rei to do this. At the same time, he thought of everything Lin Rei had done. Only now did Lu Feng realize that everything Linley had done had been for the sake of angering Lu Feng. Then he used Lu Feng's power to get closer to the cliff so that he could jump off. Hee hee, what a good plan. I didn't expect that I would be tricked by a little brat. Lu Feng muttered to himself in a mocking tone when he saw this scene. Lu Feng wanted to chase after Lin Rei, but he saw that Lin Rei was already at the edge of the cliff. He knew that it was too late. Even if he chased after Lin Rei, he wouldn't be able to catch him. Don't you know? Behind you is a bottomless abyss. Even if a Foundation establishment cultivator fell down, they would be smashed to pieces. Do you think a Qi refining stage ant like you has any chance of surviving? Even so, it's still better than being killed by you. If I jump down from here, I'll have a chance to survive. But if you kill me, I'll lose everything. But remember, if I survive this disaster, I'll definitely make your wind and cloud sect sacrifice themselves in hell, never to be reincarnated. Lin Rei's words were full of killing intent as he looked at Lu Feng and the others. After he finished speaking, Lin Rei's body fell down the cliff. Leader, what should we do now? Now that Linley and his companions are dead, shouldn't we head back as well? After seeing Lin Rei jump off the cliff, many disciples became restless. But Lu Feng was still thinking about Lin Rei's last curse. But when he heard his companion's words, he suddenly woke up. No, if we don't see the body, It means that he hasn't risen yet. And his companions are still alive. Go and find them. If they're alive, I want to see them. If they're dead, I want to see their bodies. Thinking of this, Lu Feng turned his head and ordered his subordinates. No way, leader. This cliff is at least 10,000 feet high. With our strength, how can we go down? Even if it's you, I'm afraid. Bang. The person who hadn't finished speaking was sent flying by LV Yan's slap. From today onwards, I don't want to hear a single word of no. As long as I say it, you must do your best to complete it for me. But if anyone dares to oppose me, I'll make them wish they were dead. Lu Feng turned his head and released his enlightening realm aura to reprimand the people in front of him. In an instant, everyone quieted down. Even the person who had been sent flying by Lu Feng shut his mouth. Okay, everyone go and search. Take a detour to the bottom of the mountain. Remember, you must find Lin Rei's body. If you really can't find it, then the Fengyan sect will be miserable. Speaking of this, Lu Feng's voice was filled with melancholy. His eyes were filled with worry.
Yes.
We will definitely capture Lin Li, or at least find his corpse. We definitely won't disappoint you, leader. After speaking, everyone left. Only Lu Feng remained at the edge of the cliff. He looked at the bottom of the cliff and the worry in his eyes became even more obvious. Sai, I really don't know if this is a blessing or a curse. I hope we can find Lin Rei's body. Otherwise, the Fengyan sect will really be in trouble. At the same time, Feng Yu, who had been following Lu Feng, also saw this scene. However, he didn't want Lu Feng to think that way. He only saw that Lin Rei had jumped off the cliff, which meant that the mission had been completed. Haha, that little bastard is finally dead. We can go back to the sect, Yan Feng said excitedly. Yes, leader. We've been here for so many days. We've been bored to death. Also, we've been eating those things every day. Now I'm thinking of Ju Fu's dishes. Saliva flowed out of that person's mouth as he spoke. He looked very funny. The people around him all laughed when they saw him. Just as these two groups of people were going about their own business, neither of them knew that Lin Li had already been rescued. Just as Lin Rei was about to jump off the cliff and accept his fate, he suddenly found a cave in the middle of the cliff. Lin Rei smiled. He quickly took out his godly spear from his storage space and stabbed it into the cliff to reduce the force of his fall. He arrived at the top of the cave. Hee, it seems like the heavens are really treating me well. I even found a cave like this, Lin Rei said as he slowly descended into the cave. Huff, 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 huff. Lin Rei, who had just jumped to the entrance of the cave, immediately felt a strong wind blowing out of the cave. *CK. What's going on? Just as Lin Li was about to put away his spear, he felt a strange gust of wind. Lin Li had been on guard, and he had almost been blown off the cliff. If he had been blown off the cliff, he probably would have died. Chapter 28. *CK. That was close. If I hadn't been on guard, I would have almost met the King of Hell. Lin Rei looked at the hole in front of him and jumped in without thinking much. From time to time, there would be a strange wind coming from the hole. It was very powerful. A bad life is better than a good death. I don't believe that there are any scourges in this hole. After saying that, Lin Lei gritted his teeth and stamped his feet. Holding the martial Emperor Godly spear tightly, he gave himself some courage and rushed into the cave. However, it was not so easy to enter the cave. Gusts of strange wind kept blowing at Lin Li. After half an hour, Lin Li had only walked a dozen meters. *CK. Are you playing with me? No matter how Lin Rei walked, there was no progress. Lin Rei, who was originally angry, suddenly became discouraged. No matter how he shouted, no one heard him. In this way, until 3 hours later, Lin Rei finally saw a glimmer of light, so he quickened his pace. Seeing that he was about to reach the light, he was careless and stepped on air. His whole body fell directly into a bottomless hole. *CK. Big brother, are you playing with me? Lin Rei, who was already speechless, wanted to die at this moment. No one would have thought that there was a hole in a hole, and it was a hole in the ground. After falling, Lin Rei inserted the spear in his hand into the wall to reduce the force of the fall. This way, he would not fall to his death. F***CKU. If I find out who opened this cave, I promise not to kill him. At this point, Linley had already cursed the person who created this cave mansion. He almost called out his 18 generations of ancestors. In the end, his mouth was dry, and he stopped cursing the person who created this cave mansion. Why is there no bottom yet? Is it really a bottomless hole? At this time, Lin Rei's heart was in his mouth. He was really afraid that this was a bottomless hole. If it was really like this, then he would continue to fall until he died of old age. However, this was just a fantasy. Not long after Lin Rei finished speaking, Lin Rei's feet touched the ground. At this time, Lin Rei was very happy. Lin Rei came to the ground and looked around. It could be said that it was pitch black and nothing could be seen. Therefore, Lin Rei released the Scarlet Flame Tiger. In a moment, the bottom of the cave immediately lit up. Roar, roar, roar. As soon as the Scarlet Flame Tiger came out, it drilled under Lin Rei's feet and used its tongue to lick the corner of Lin Rei's clothes. When the Scarlet Flame Tiger's tongue licked Lin Rei for 0.01 seconds, Lin Rei's body flashed and directly floated away, far away from the Scarlet Flame Tiger. Woo-woo, woo-woo. The Scarlet Flame Tiger cried out in grievance. Seeing that Lin Rei was indifferent, it gave up. Therefore, it stood up and slowly walked to Lin Rei's side, waiting for orders. Hee, I know you feel wronged, but don't worry, after this period, I will definitely let you play outside every day. But right now, I really can't. I am facing a strong enemy. You can't beat it. What if you die outside? Lin Rei earnestly persuaded the Scarlet Flame Tiger, just like an adult coaxing a child. This scene was very heartwarming. Roar, roar. After the Scarlet Flame Tiger cried out in excitement, it released its own flames. Suddenly, the entire bottom of the cave became even brighter, as if there was no difference from above. Lin Rei had a panoramic view of the situation at the bottom of the cave. What entered his eyes was a very simple and unadorned stone door. Just by looking at its style, one could tell that it was quite old. Lin Rei slowly walked forward and looked at the door. Inexplicably, a feeling of reverence and worship rose in Lin Rei's heart. Who? A rough gasp came out of Lin Rei's mouth. Moreover, his head was covered in cold sweat. His eyes were filled with disbelief as he looked at the door in front of him. What's going on? Why do I have this kind of feeling towards a door? Just then, Linley felt as though he had sensed the pressure emanating from the door. His heart and body had uncontrollably wanted to kneel before the door. Fortunately, he had come to his senses. Otherwise, the consequences would have been unimaginable. The more Linley thought about it, the more terrified he felt. Little dragon, quickly come out and see what this door is made of. It can actually control people's minds. Lin Rei asked the system. His movements were very respectful, as if he was a student humbly asking for advice from his teacher. Okay, I will immediately scan it. Please wait a moment. Ding dong, target locked, beginning scan. After a long time, the system's notification came, and Lin Rei immediately became alert. Scan complete. The place host is in is the Devil's Cave. It was the place where a devil's sect used to be, but later, for unknown reasons, it was destroyed overnight. And with the passage of time, the map of the profound sky continent changed, and this sect forever disappeared from the eyes of the world. The door in front of you is the forbidden area of the destroyed sect.
What?
Linley let out a cry of surprise. He didn't expect that he would fall into the forbidden area of an ancient sect. This was something that Linley wasn't mentally prepared for. But I don't have the ability to open this door right now. Linley let out a cry of surprise. He didn't expect that he would fall into the forbidden area of an ancient sect. This was something that Linley wasn't mentally prepared for. But I don't have the ability to open this door right now. Lin Rei looked at the door helplessly, but for the sake of survival, even if he couldn't open it, he had to ask if there was a way. Otherwise, he would really die here. Yes, I can open it. To be precise, I can open it. But there is a price to pay, and the system won't do business that will make a loss. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei was speechless, but the result was still very good. At least he knew there was a way to open the stone door. Tell me, what is the price? It's nothing. You also know that the system needs to operate, and it can't do without some energy. So, the price this time is all your spirit stones. This is not excessive at all. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei suddenly had the urge to beat someone up, but he had no choice. In the end, he could only follow the system's words and throw all his spirit stones to the system. Now it's done. Hurry up and open it for me. Lin Rei rolled his eyes at the system. He was speechless. Okay, host, please wait a moment. After saying that, a light shot out from Lin Rei's body and shot towards the stone door in front of him. Some runes appeared on the door, and the stone door slowly moved. Rumble, rumble, rumble. A loud sound came from the door, and the door slowly opened. The moment the door opened, a bloody smell spread out. **CK. Lin Rei quickly jumped up and dodged the bloody smell. However, the place where the bloody smell floated all turned into a disgusting stench. 10 minutes later, the stone door was completely opened, and the things inside could be seen clearly. **CK, are you kidding me? When Lin Rei saw the situation behind the door, he almost fainted. There was nothing inside, only red stones, and then there was the pool in the middle of the cave. Other than the pool of blood that had not dried up, there was nothing else. Lin Rei walked closer and looked at the cave that stretched as far as the eye could see. He was speechless. If he knew the situation was like this, Lin Rei would not have opened it. After walking around a few times, he found nothing. There was only the bloody smell and the red color that seemed to have been baptized by blood. Lin Rei could not see anything else. Ding dong, a high-grade earth-level spell. Does the host want to learn it? These sudden words caused Lin Li to be stunned, but at the same time, he made a reflexive response.
Yes.
As soon as the system finished speaking, Lin Rei said. After a pause, Lin Rei came back to his senses and realized what was going on. **CK, why didn't I find it? This was the first thing he thought of. He had searched the entire cave and found nothing, so how did the system find it? Sigh, whatever, let's hurry up and see what it is. Lin Rei did not dwell on this matter for long. He immediately thought of the spell he had obtained. He saw that there was something in his mind, and it seemed to be very powerful. Ding dong, the host has obtained the spell Shadow Step, which can allow people to hide in the night sky. This spell is suitable for assassination. The host is advised to quickly practice it to the peak.
What?
Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei completely lost his calm, especially when he heard that this spell could allow people to hide in the night sky. A plan formed in his mind. Thinking of this, Lin Rei hurriedly moved Red Lotus out of the system's space. Looking at Red Lotus in front of him, Lin Rei could not stop his tears from flowing out. What he didn't see was Red Lotus' ashen face, as well as the bloodstain at the corner of her mouth. Lin Li came to Red Lotus' side, squatting down, using his hand to slowly wipe away the bloodstain on Red Lotus' mouth while murmuring, "Haha, why did you do this? I had already thought of a way out, but why didn't you wait for me? Why did you make me suffer like this? I really regret it. I regret that I did not break free from your embrace. I regret that I did not block that palm for you." Speaking of this, Lin Rei hugged Red Lotus tightly, as if he was afraid that Red Lotus would disappear if he let go. Lin Rei was crying so hard that she could not make a sound. She looked to be in great pain. Cough, 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 cough. Red Lotus coughed, then spat out a mouthful of blood. What's going on? You can't die. Lin Rei panicked when he saw Red Lotus spit out blood. He hurriedly channeled the chaos scripture into Red Lotus' body. In an instant, Red Lotus' painful expression eased a lot. Little dragon, what's going on? Why is Red Lotus like this? Lin Rei anxiously asked the system for help. Chapter 29. Yes, but with the host's current strength, I'm afraid you don't have the ability. Even if you do, you won't be able to save her. Hearing the system's words, Lin Ray became dispirited for a moment. He originally thought that he could save Red Lotus, but now, however, if the host reaches the nascent soul stage, with the help of pills, you may be able to reshape Red Lotus' body. However, this will cost a lot. Moreover, the host doesn't have the foundation of alchemy, so it's simply wishful thinking. Lin Ray, who was already in despair, heard the system's words, and his eyes lit up as if he had caught hope. Really? If I really reach the nascent soul stage and have pills, can I really help Red Lotus recover? Lin Ray confirmed with the system again to make sure that he didn't mishear. That's right. As long as you meet the requirements, you have a 100% chance of saving Red Lotus. However, before that, you have to find a way to preserve Red Lotus' last breath. Otherwise, when a person dies, it's like a lamp going out. Hearing the system's words, Lin Ray's originally relaxed heart instantly tensed up and his body tensed up. Xiaolong, tell me what I need to do to solve all the problems. Don't keep talking endlessly. It's easy for you to scare me to death. Lin Ray threw a tantrum at the system. He should be thanking the system. But it couldn't be like this. Hee, okay, then I'll say it all at once. If you want to preserve Red Lotus' last breath, you have to use the chaos scripture on your body. The chaos scripture comes from the chaos itself. I will take away the origin of the world. As long as you come in once a month and use the chaos scripture to preserve Red Lotus' breath, it will be fine. However, the prerequisite is that you have to do it within 3 years. Originally, the chaos scripture could cure Red Lotus immediately, but your strength is too weak and you don't have the last few levels of cultivation, so now you can only use this stupid method. Upon hearing this, Lin Ray heaved a sigh of relief. As long as Red Lotus's aura could be preserved, everything would be fine. As for cultivation and pills, Lin Ray believed that as long as he cultivated well and refined pills in the next 3 years, he would definitely be able to save Red Lotus. Host, don't be so optimistic. You don't have any experience in alchemy. You can't even be considered an apprentice. How could you become a heaven stage alchemist in 3 years? According to the system, there are only a few heaven stage alchemists in the entire mysterious heavenly continent. Each time, the system's words were like a bucket of cold water. Whenever Linley had a glimmer of hope, the cold water would extinguish it. If others can't, it doesn't mean that I can't. Don't I still have you? Lin Ray ignored the system's words and said firmly to the system, if you want the system to help you, as long as you can pay the corresponding remuneration, the system will help you. Otherwise, the system will not help you. Upon hearing Lin Ray's words, the system explained the matter to Lin Ray in advance. Okay, as long as you can help me become a heaven stage alchemist, I'll give you whatever you want. Lin Ray did not hesitate. He gritted his teeth and stomped his feet to agree to the system's request. Okay, deal. But first, you have to find a sect that specializes in alchemy and make them value you. Only then will you have the ability to refine alchemy. Otherwise, with your little background, you will be finished before you can even do anything. Hearing the system's words, Linley nodded. Since the system's words were correct, he agreed as well. Lin Ray also relaxed a little when he found a solution to Red Lotus's problem. Looking at Red Lotus in his arms, Lin Ray stayed with her for a while longer before he got up and left. Haha, I'm going to have to go up next. I forgot to let you know that bullying me, Lin Ray, is the thing you will regret the most in your life. Linley quickly arrived at the entrance of the cave. Originally, it would have been very difficult to climb up, but Linley's spell just so happened to be a footwork spell. Therefore, Linley effortlessly climbed up to the entrance of the cave and arrived outside the cave. Looking at the moon in the night sky, Lin Ray showed a cruel smile. His eyes were filled with killing intent, and the martial Emperor Divine Spear in his hand was also emitting a cold light, as if he could no longer restrain his impulse to immediately kill. Let me use the corpses and blood of my enemies to compose a symphony of death for you, Red Lotus. After saying that, Lin Ray rushed up. He was very fast. Originally, when he was climbing, he could still see a trace of his shadow, But when he reached the edge of the cliff, Lin Rei seemed to have suddenly disappeared, leaving nothing behind. Even his aura couldn't be caught. Lin Rei was very familiar with this phenomenon, and Lin Rei was very happy. Linley was traversing through the forest as fast as he could, all for the sake of finding Lu Feng's group. At this time, Lu Feng was looking for Lin Rei's corpse. He originally wanted to go down the cliff, but after searching for a long time, he couldn't find a way down. Thus, Lu Feng gave up and could only prepare to return to the sect. Leader, how about you go back and tell the elders about the situation here? We will stand here for a few days. If the elders continue to look for us, we won't have to run around. At this time, Lu Feng's group, who were preparing to return to the sect, started discussing. That's right, leader. You said that we didn't manage to kill those people. If the elders investigate, we'll have an excuse. If we go back now, the elders will definitely suspect that we didn't use our full strength. So, leader, please tell them what happened. That's right, that's right. Hearing the two's narration, everyone started talking, and Lu Feng remained silent. Sigh, alright, it's not your fault. Besides, we don't have the ability to go down that deep abyss. That's right, leader. Alright, I'll go back and tell the elders about the situation. Then, we'll make a plan. Then, Lu Feng took out his flying sword and flew away, leaving the group of people waiting for news. They didn't know that the decision they had made today would determine their fate. As for Linley, when Lu Feng left, he had already arrived not too far away from the group of people, and he clearly saw the scene. Even the heavens are helping me. I thought that Lu Feng wouldn't be able to kill me, but he actually helped me. Since that's the case, I won't be polite. Lin Rei was talking to himself. He hid himself and slowly looked at the group of people. When he was about 20 meters away from them, Lin Rei stopped and looked at the tree, waiting for them to go to sleep. Hey, you guys wait here. Chu Yun and I will go hunt some prey, and then we'll eat. At that moment, a person stood up and pointed at a few people before walking away. The rest of the people gathered some firewood and waited for their prey to return. You're courting death. Don't blame me. Lin Rei smiled when he saw the group of people stand up and walk away. He had been worried about how to kill them, but now such a good opportunity had come. Seeing that the hunting group had gone far away, Linley slowly crept over. Just like that, he continued to follow behind them, waiting for the right moment to strike. Hey, don't be angry. The car is too far away. If there's an accident, we can take care of each other. The person in charge of organizing the hunt told the others, and then walked away alone. The dozen or so people left in groups of 2, and some in groups of 3. Lin Rei also picked 2 people who were slightly weaker to follow them. Hey brother, you've been out for so long. Aren't you afraid that your wife will sleep with other men behind your back? A man said to another person. The other person's expression changed when he heard that. He didn't make a move, but there was a trace of worry in his eyes. To be honest, he was really worried, but he didn't say it out loud.
How can that be?
My wife is very good. She never interacts with other men, let alone sleep with other men. You must be joking. A trace of worry flashed in the man's eyes. I'm joking. Why are you so nervous? We've been here for so long, and it's not easy for us to go back. We have to leave something for our families. Let's go and find some spirit herbs. That way, we can get some money to buy things for our families. Hearing that, the man breathed a sigh of relief and relaxed. At that moment, a long spear pierced through the man's back. For a moment, the man didn't understand what was going on.
He was already dead.
A man came out from behind the dead man and said to the man who was still alive, "You won't have the chance to go back and see your families. You're not dead." Hearing that, the man was stunned on the spot. The scene of his companion's death was still playing in his mind. If I don't kill all of you, how can I die? You're the ones who force the person I love to block that palm strike for me. Now, she's still unconscious. How can I die? Every word that Linley said was filled with a thick, murderous aura, and his body was filled with a baleful aura. He was like a god of death who had just walked out of nowhere. For a moment, The man who was still alive was scared. His whole body trembled. You. Before the man finished speaking, he saw Lin Rei's long spear had already arrived in front of him. Humph, you're just a chi refining stage ant. How dare you attack me? The man reacted and hurriedly took out his own magic treasure to resist the attack. Bang! The two weapons collided, but at that moment, the man's weapon was broken when it collided with Lin Rei's long spear, and Lin Rei's long spear seemed to be in an unstoppable state. After breaking the man's weapon, it directly stabbed towards the man's neck. Puff! The sound of flesh being pierced came from the opposite side. Lin Rei's long spear was already inserted in the man's throat, but there was still a palm above it. Humph, this is just the beginning. Just wait for my harvest. After killing a person, Lin Rei looked into the distance and said with a bloodthirsty expression. Chapter 30. After Lin Rei killed the two people, he quickly cleaned up the corpses and walked towards the remaining people. Every step Lin Rei took meant that they had less chance of survival. The other people did not know that their companions had died. At this time, they were still enjoying the pleasure of hunting. They did not know that danger was slowly approaching them. Over here, 3 people were hunting a diamond bear. Suddenly, one of them felt something and stopped what he was doing. He looked around as if he was trying to see through something. What's wrong? What's the danger? Another person saw that his companion stopped hunting and looked around, so he came to his companion and asked, "Oh, I don't know, but I feel that there must be danger, and it's not a monster. I feel that someone is watching our every move, as if looking for the right opportunity to kill us in one fell swoop." Speaking of this, the person looked at his companion with a dignified look. It seemed that it was very serious. Alas, that's enough. We are all foundation establishment stage cultivators. No one can kill us all at once. Don't worry. It's probably because you've been very nervous in the forest mountain range these past 2 days. Another person who had not spoken suddenly said such a sentence. The 2 people were stunned and looked at each other. They did not say anything, so they joined the battle again. Oh, the vigilance is quite high. We were almost discovered. At this time, Lin Rei, who was now in the distant tree, was shocked. Lin Rei had been staring at the battle in the distance for a long time. He did not expect that at this time someone would look at the place where Lin Rei was. For a moment, Lin Rei quickly hid. Roar! The Vajra bear launched a final attack before it died. The whole bear's body was covered in golden light, as if it was destroying everything around it, but the result was not so satisfactory. The Vajra bear died in its last effort, while the few people survived, but they were also seriously injured. Cough, cough, I didn't expect to meet this guy this time. It's really a big loss. Yeah, it's just a dinner and they fought to this extent. Isn't that so? But it doesn't matter. In any case, this demonic beast died in the end. This is also a good result, isn't it? The 3 of them looked at each other and complained about why they had to find such a demonic beast. However, they didn't notice that Lin Rei had already reached their side. With a soap sound, a long spear pierced towards one of the men. Dodge quickly. One of the people with high perception has already sensed the danger. Hurry up. This proves that our previous perception was not wrong. Humph. Do you think I can let an injured person live under my gun? Lin Rei's movements were very fast. If they weren't injured, it would be very difficult to kill them. But now that they were injured, if he still couldn't kill them, then he would really be crippled. Poof. The long spear pierced through the man's back. The man looked at the spearhead coming out of his back with an unwilling expression, but this was already an unchangeable fact. The man's life force was almost gone. Lin Rei turned to the next target. For them who were injured, Lin Rei could kill them very quickly. Lin Rei was like the messenger of death, harvesting people's lives in the night sky. You actually didn't die. When there was only one person left in this place, that person saw Lin Rei's face. Suddenly, his whole body fell to the ground in fright. His eyes were full of disbelief. Hee, you didn't think that I would be alive. You must have thought that I was already dead, right? How did you survive? Didn't you jump into the abyss? How can you still be alive? I don't believe it. The man was very excited when he said this. It was as if he had gone crazy and crazily asked Lin Rei why he was still alive. Oh, you don't need to know this. You only need to know that there are many of your companions waiting for you. However, there will be more people coming to find you later. After saying that, Linley didn't give that person a chance to speak. He killed the person in front of him with one shot. This time, just like the last time, Linley disposed of them after killing them. The bloodstains were also covered up. Ding dong! Congratulations to the host for consecutively killing Foundation establishment cultivators. The host is hereby rewarded with a chance to draw a general, a chance to draw a lottery, and 10,000 spirit stones. Congratulations to the host for killing a Foundation establishment cultivator. The reward is 50,000 experience points. Congratulations to the host for leveling up and reaching the peak of Chi Refining Level 9. The host now has the ability to complete the Zodiac Spiritual Master's Test. Do you want to do the task now? The system prompts came one after another. What made Lin Rei the most excited was nothing more than the general draw and the cultivation upgrade. For a time, Lin Rei found a safe place and checked his information. Name Lin Rei, age 14, cultivation, Chi Refining Level 9, experience 6308 020 0000, spiritual roots, thunder, fire, wood, 3 chaos spiritual roots talent, top-notch cultivation method, chaos scripture, incomplete, devouring heavenly technique, growable, Hongmeng alchemy, entry-level, martial skills, butterfly steps, entry-level, stellar finger, proficient, silent thunder spear art, high-level mystic martial skill, now practiced to the entry-level, can produce 3 lightning bolts, spiritual treasure. Martial Emperor Godly Spear, high-level Spirit Chi, growable equipment, Cloud Stepping Boots, high-quality Spirit Chi, Purple Cloud Robe, high-quality Spirit Chi, Purple Cloud Inner Armor, high-quality Spirit Chi mount, Red Flaming Tiger, Chi Refining Level 1 Lucky Draw Wheel, 1 chance general draw system, 1 chance to draw lottery reputation points, 100 exchange points, 100 spirit stones, 11,000 mission. Main mission, establish a sect in the next 5 years. If the mission is not completed or exceeds the time limit, the system will directly erase the mission. Side mission, within the next 5 years, he had to recruit 5 of the best disciples. Every disciple had to be top-notch. Within these 5 years, he had to help his disciples make a name for themselves in the mysterious heavenly mainland. If he didn't succeed in these 5 years, he would be killed by the system, just like the previous mission. Side mission, kill the evil spirit of Huang Dao Jinren in 10 days. If the mission is not completed, the system will directly erase the mission. Side mission, go to the Fengyan sect in the next year and kill the 3rd elder of the sect, Wang Shen. If the mission is not completed, the system will directly erase the mission. Pills, 30 body strengthening pills, 200 energy gathering pills, 50 foundation establishment pills, 1 marrow cleansing pill. I didn't expect that the experience points would increase to 200,000 when I'm only at Chi Refining Level 9. It seems that I have to work harder. Lin Rei was not happy when he saw his cultivation level. Instead, he felt that it was not enough and that he had to work harder. Ding dong. The system repeated for the 2nd time. The host's strength has reached the level where he can fight against the evil spirit. Do you want me to erase the body now? No, I don't have time now. Let's wait until the last day of the seal. Lin Rei did not choose to complete the mission now. Although he would level up immediately after completing the mission, the experience gained from killing people would be more. Lin Rei believed that if he killed all the people outside like this, his cultivation level would immediately rise to the foundation establishment stage. It could be imagined that Lin Rei's calculation was really perfect. Well, since the host has decided, there must be a plan for the host. However, the system wants to remind a host that if the seal is not erased before it is unsealed, then the evil spirit will cause substantial damage to the host's mind. The host hopes that the host will consider it carefully. After that, the system was silent, and Lin Rei also walked out of the place where he had just been cultivating. He went outside and began his third killing. Originally, there were only a dozen people who came in to hunt. Now, half of them had been killed by Lin Rei. The next step would be even smoother. Linley found the right direction. Activating his shadow stepper, he began to walk at high speed in that direction. The people who came in to hunt had basically completed the mission given by the team leader. This time we will definitely be able to eat our fill. If we also have some carved flower wine, then it would be even more perfect, TSK. The person who spoke was one of the people who had been hunting recently. Once he thought about drinking wine, that person's mouth would not stop moving, as if he had already drunk it. Look at you. You don't have any sense of propriety. You only think about drinking all day. Don't you have anything else to do? After the person next to him heard his companion's words, his whole person became unwell. Don't just talk. Don't you also only know how to stay in the drunken flower house all day long? Aren't you afraid of dying in there one day? The two people talked back and forth as if they were very happy arguing. They did not even notice that there was a person next to them. The two of you have a very good relationship.
Who is it?
The sudden voice startled the two people. Don't you recognize me? At this time, Lin Rei moved his face forward to let the two people see clearly. What? Upon seeing who Linley was, the two of them were given a huge fright. Why aren't you dead? One of them blurted out this question, but after saying it out loud, the man immediately regretted it. That brother, you see, the two of us were also following orders. In fact, we did not want to do it. It was all forced by them. Forced? Lin Rei did not believe their nonsense. For a moment, Lin Rei took out his tone and went up to shoot. After seeing Lin Rei's actions, the two people were really shocked and quickly took out their weapons to resist. Their imagination was very rich, but the reality was very cruel. In the end, the two people ended up dead. After Lin Rei had the experience of killing people, he did not have mercy. As long as he killed people, he basically found the key point and killed himself. A group of greedy and cowardly people. Lin Rei killed them in less than a minute and then said to the corpses. Chapter 31. After killing the two of them, Lin Rei had gained 50,000 experience. After this matter, Lin Rei thoroughly liked this kind of life. If Lin Rei were to suddenly return to the life of the 21st century, Lin Rei would probably not be able to adapt to it. Big brother, what's going on? Didn't we agree to gather? Why is it only the few of us? At this time, after Lin Rei killed the two of them, before he could leave, a person's voice sounded. With a soap sound, Lin Rei flashed to a tree not far away and hid his figure, not even leaving behind his aura. Who knows? Maybe he's sleeping like a cat? The few of them were discussing amongst themselves. Everyone's face was filled with disdain. That's not right. At this moment, the four of them suddenly stopped at the place where Lin Rei killed people. The big brother in the lead sensed that something was wrong. What's wrong, big brother? What's wrong? They might really be sleeping like a cat somewhere. Don't believe me, I know them very well. When the man behind him heard his boss's words, he quickly retorted. Scram, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the smell of blood just now. It seems like something just died here. Maybe it was a demonic beast, or maybe, after saying that, the boss did not continue. Instead, he scanned his surroundings with his gaze. That's impossible. The night devil might have died here. Maybe some demonic beast was killed here, right? Maybe it was old Wang San and the others who killed the demonic beast and didn't clean it up. That's why they left the smell of blood. That's right, boss. Don't be so suspicious. Let's hurry up and find Old Third and the others and bring them back. Little did they know that the old Wang San they were talking about had already been killed before they arrived at the location where the boss was standing. Moreover, it was a one-hit kill. And maybe I'm too nervous. Let's go and find him and ask him. If we delay, there might be a change. After saying that, they walked forward, but at this moment, The boss who was walking in front seemed to have mentioned something, so he lowered his head to check. That's not right. Everyone, raise your vigilance. Level 1 alert. After saying this, the boss lowered his head and looked at the thing. He was shocked. Wasn't this the Wang Lao San that he was looking for? But now he was lying here. Boss, what's going on? Could it be that the demonic beast came out and killed him? Now that the vigilant man at the back had seen this scene, he immediately linked this matter to the demonic beasts. No, this is not something that a demonic beast can do. This wound is clearly caused by a spear. Furthermore, looking at Third Brother's situation, he was killed in a single blow.
What?
After hearing his boss check Old Third Wang's corpse, he came to such a conclusion. Old Third Wang was at the upper level of Foundation establishment. Only someone at the upper level of Enlightened Realm or the peak of Enlightened Realm could kill him in one hit. That's not possible. In this forest, only our leader and the leader sent by the Third Elder have such strength. But it's impossible for the other party to kill Old Third Wang. Our leader went back. Could it be that there are other people in this forest besides us? A bold guess appeared in that team member's mind. But what they didn't know was that the cultivator at the upper level of Enlightened Realm was actually Lin Rei, who they had forced to jump off the cliff.
Huh?
Lin Rei, who wasn't far away, saw this scene through the leaves and immediately laughed. That's not right. That person probably hasn't reached the upper level of Enlightened Realm. He should have just reached the Enlightened Realm. Then what do we do? It doesn't matter if he's at the upper level of Enlightened Realm or not. He's in the Enlightened Realm. This isn't something that we can deal with. That team member was scared for a moment. When he thought of his situation, a layer of cold sweat appeared on his forehead. Boss, let's hurry up and leave. Otherwise, we might die here. I still haven't found Lu. I still can't remember. Oh, everyone panicked, and some of them even started crying. A bunch of useless things. You're scared just because of this? It's not like we haven't seen our leader's abilities before. What's there to be scared of? Although that was what he said, the leader's legs were trembling and his hands were clenched tightly when he said those words. AI, since it's like this, let's go. We have to hurry up and report this to the others. Otherwise, they might also meet with misfortune. The boss who spoke took the lead and walked forward. The tree Lin Rei was on was the direction they had come from. Haha, the heavens are helping me. You didn't take the path to heaven, but chose to come to hell. Since it's like this, don't blame me. As he spoke, Lin Rei tightened his grip on the spear in his hand. He hid behind the spear and prepared for an opportunity to strike. Slowly, Boss and the others were only 10 meters away from Linley. 8 meters, 6 meters, 4 meters, 2 meters. Seeing Linley's group in front of them, Boss and the others instantly attacked before they were too close to Linley. With a soap sound, a cold spear stained with blood arrived in front of Boss. Bang! A long sword blocked Lin Rei's spear. It could be seen that the boss was still prepared. After Lin Rei's attack failed, he quickly turned his spear to kill the few people behind the boss. This time was not like the last time. The few people behind the boss were killed before they could understand what was going on. Lin Rei shot a few times. Except for the boss, everyone else died. Haha, it turned out to be a 9th level Qi refining stage cultivator. Since you can kill them, you have the ability. But if you want to kill me, that's impossible. The boss calmly stood there and said these words to Lin Rei, who had his back to him. Lin Rei was also standing there with his back to the boss. The spear in his hand was still dripping with blood. He looked very scary. Oh, since I can kill them, then you are even less of a problem. As he spoke, Linley abruptly turned around and thrust his spear at the leader. His movements were very agile, and every thrust was aimed at a vital point of a human. Furthermore, they were all fatal. So young, yet so ruthless. It seems like I can't let you live today. Looking at Lin Rei's spear technique, the boss longed for it. He could see that Lin Rei's spear technique was a very high-level martial technique. Insatiable guy. Since you want my spear technique, then just say it. What's with the nonsense? When Lin Rei heard the boss's words, he wanted to laugh. What young and ruthless. It was nothing more than the spear technique in his hand. Haha, since you know, then I can't let you live. After saying that, the man rushed towards Lin Rei. His movements were very fast, and there was no trace of sloppiness. Flowing cloud sword technique, flowing cloud sky. For a moment, the man used his unique skill. When this skill was used, the whole surrounding seemed to be able to see clouds floating in front of him. However, each cloud carried a very heavy murderous aura. Humph, you dare to show off with just this little ability. Really embarrassing. If Lin Rei hadn't broken through the 9th level and was still in the 8th level, then he would definitely not be able to handle it. But now it was not necessarily so. Looking at the sword cloud that was rushing towards him, Lin quickly raised the long spear in his hand and rushed forward. There was no gorgeous martial skill, nor was there any gorgeous show. There was only the long spear that was filled with killing intent and baleful aura. When the long spear touched the cloud, it instantly shattered into pieces. But Lin Rei's spear didn't stop. Instead, it went straight towards the boss's head. What? How is this possible? Seeing the tip of the spear getting closer and closer to his head, for a moment, the leader was dumbfounded. He did not know how to dodge. The only thing in his mind was how Lin, who did not have the strength of the Foundation establishment stage, could so easily break his attack. Haha die. Lin Rei's spear directly pierced through the boss's forehead without stopping. A stream of white stuff flowed out. It looked very disgusting, and it was mixed with red blood. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for killing a cultivator in the upper level of Foundation. The reward is 30,000 experience points, 10,000 spirit stones, and 1 spirit blood fire. Spirit blood fire is the world's top flame. It can help the host to step into the elixir industry quickly. It can also improve the quality of elixir products. The most important thing is that it can be upgraded. As the host's strength becomes stronger, the spirit blood fire will open the next level of flame. Damn, such a good thing. With it, wouldn't I be able to become an alchemist very quickly? Thinking of this, Lin Rei didn't have the mood to kill here. His only goal now was to quickly become an alchemist and save Hong Lian. Lin Rei quickly put his martial Emperor Godly spear into his storage space and then walked out of the forest mountain range. At the same time, the group of people who had been waiting for their prey noticed that something was wrong. They all came to the 2nd level of the forest mountain range to look for it. When Lu Feng returned to the sect, he also received the news that his subordinates were killed one after another. He rushed to the forest mountain range without stopping. The initiator of all this was heading to the town where Lin Tian was. Phew, I haven't been out for a few months. It feels really different now. Lin Rei came out. After a few months of hard fighting and a tense situation, now that he was experiencing the outside world, Lin Rei was really enlightened. In the end, Lin Li still preferred to be chased in the mountains. Whether it was being chased or being chased, the key was strength. Hee, I wonder how little Tian's cultivation has been these few months. I wonder if he has broken through to the Qi cultivation stage. Along the way, Lin Li kept thinking about what kind of cultivation technique he should give Lin Tian. But after thinking about it, he decided that he could only see if there were any good cultivation techniques for Lin Tian to practice after he obtained the legacy. If there really wasn't any good, he would just take out a cultivation technique from the system for Lin Tian to practice. After all, the things in the system were the best in the world. Chapter 32. While Lin Rei was on his way back, in a cave on a cliff far away in the forest mountain range, the blood in a blood pool was boiling. The scene looked very frightening. Ha ha ha. The heavens don't want me to die. Today is the day when I, Xuewen, will face reality. Just wait, I will definitely return all the torture I suffered. At this time, a terrifying and gloomy voice with anger came from the blood pool. The voice was very loud, and almost everyone in the forest mountain range heard it. The most terrifying thing was that the entire pool of blood disappeared in an instant. All of it fused into the ground. As soon as Shui Wen's voice spread out, the entire heavenly forest mountain range trembled. All the demonic beasts seemed to have gone mad as they fled towards the depths of the mountain range. Everyone, including the Wind Cloud Sect's disciples who were looking for their companions, were dumbfounded at this moment. What's going on? Whose voice is this? Listening to the voice, this person's cultivation is definitely above the sect masters.
Who is it?
For a time, the people of the Fengyan sect were discussing, and the people who were leaving were also forcing themselves to leave this place quickly. Don't worry about his cultivation. Listening to this person's voice, he must not be a good person. Let's hurry up and leave, or we will all die here. Hearing the words of their companions, everyone agreed with the suggestion, so they quickly took out their flying swords and flew towards the forest mountain range. The moment they took off, a red beam of light suddenly shot out from the cliff and rushed straight into the sky, carrying a very strong bloody aura. What's going on? Why is there such a strong bloody aura? The disciples of the Fengyan sect who were preparing to escape suddenly saw the red light not far away and felt the bloody aura. For a time, everyone's expression changed. The heavens are too kind. They know that this old man will lift the seal today, but they still send me so much fresh blood. While the disciples of the Fengyan sect were in shock, a voice sounded from behind them. This voice was the same as the one that shook the entire forest mountain range. What? How? Before they could finish speaking, they saw a withered old man standing there. His clothes were tattered, and his hair was very messy. If they looked carefully, they could see many blood-red worms drilling in and out of his hair. It looked very horrifying.
Not bad.
Although they're all Foundation establishment ants, they've just come out, so this is more or less enough. As he spoke, the old man pounced forward, charging towards the disciples of the Fengyan sect. The old man's speed was very fast. He killed them all in 2 moves. Their deaths were extremely ugly. They were all skin and bones. There's no blood. Phew, this feels good. It's too good. It's been a long time since I've drunk such delicious blood. Soon Chen Jianghe. Soon, I will find you and have your descendants become a part of my body. Meanwhile, in a large clan far away in the central continent, a person hurriedly came to the door of a room. His voice sounded very urgent, as if he had encountered something big. Patriarch, something bad has happened. The man came to the door and shouted loudly, not caring about the usual etiquette. What's the matter? Why don't you take a look at your status? Why are you making such a big fuss? What a disgrace. A man opened the door and came out. If someone was here, they would be shocked. Wasn't this the patriarch of the Qin family? There had been a rumor outside that the patriarch of the Qin family had gone crazy because of cultivation. Speak. What's the matter that made you, a person who has been in the mansion for so long, lose your composure like this? Patriarch, something bad has happened. You asked me to observe the seal of the ancestral hall. I don't know what's going on, but just now, the seal was suddenly unsealed. Moreover, a wisp of blood evil chi flew out from inside and flew into the distance. Oh, so the seal was unsealed. I thought, what did you say? The seal of the ancestral hall was unsealed? Hearing the man's words, the patriarch of the Qin family didn't react for a while. Yes, just now, it suddenly exploded.
I don't know what's going on.
In the past, the patriarch said that as long as there's a problem with the seal, no matter when or where, he must immediately inform the current patriarch. What should I do? What should I do? I don't know where my father has gone to travel. If that thing comes to seek revenge, even my entire family won't be enough for him to kill. When the man heard that the seal was unsealed, he was stunned. His whole body trembled as he muttered to himself. It seemed like he was terrified. No, we can't just wait here. Go, and inform the intelligence department. Ask them to send a team to the forest mountain range in the east to find out what's going on. Send another team to find the old patriarch as soon as possible. Tell him about this and ask him to come back as soon as possible. In an instant, the patriarch of the Qin family came back to his senses and hurriedly ordered the man beside him. When the man heard the order, he wanted to go outside. Sigh, it seems like the mysterious heavenly continent won't be peaceful anymore. The patriarch of the Qin family stood outside the door with a worried expression and sighed. What they didn't know was that all of this was done by Lin Rei. If Lin Rei hadn't opened the door of the underground cave, Xuewen wouldn't have woken up so early. If he hadn't removed the cultivation method that was suppressing Xuewen, Xuewen wouldn't have woken up. At this moment, Lin Rei didn't know that he had made such a big mistake. However, even if he knew, Lin Rei would probably say with disdain that it had nothing to do with him. It should be this inn. At this moment, Lin Rei had arrived at the entrance of the inn where Lin Tian was staying after rushing through the night. He looked at the plaque above his head and said, "Oh, young master, you're back." At this moment, a waiter walked out of the inn. When he saw Lin Rei, he recognized Lin Rei at a glance. "Yes, you know me." Lin Rei looked at the waiter and said with a little uncertainty. However, the waiter didn't seem to care and just smiled. "Young master, did you forget that a few months ago, you came to our restaurant for a meal and even gave me a piece of gold as a reward? Think about it carefully." Needless to say, after hearing the waiter's words, Lin Rei really remembered him. "Oh, so it's you. All right, go and order another table of dishes for me. As for the dishes, it's the same as the last time, but just 2 pots of wine will do." After saying that, Lin Rei walked inside. When he arrived at the inn, he didn't stop and quickly went to the door of Lin Tian's room. Bang, bang, bang. Lin Rei gently knocked on the door. He was afraid that if Lin Tian was cultivating inside, it would be bad. "Who is it?" At this moment, a young voice came from inside. Slowly, footsteps could be heard. With a zhia sound, the door opened. A young man with a dignified appearance peeked outside, through the crack of the door. "Hee hee, little Tian, when did you learn to look at people through the crack of the door?" Lin Rei even thought of this situation and laughed for a moment, so he teased today. "Ah, young master, you're back." Hearing Lin Rei's voice, Lin Tian quickly opened the door and came out. Perhaps it was because of excitement, he immediately went into Lin Rei's arms and cried, "Woo-woo, young master. Where did you go? Didn't you say you would be gone for a few days? It's been a few months. Why did you come back only now?" Whoa. The more Lin Tian spoke, the harder he cried. Lin Rei was also speechless. Why did he cry as soon as he saw him? Okay, I'm back now. Is there a need to be like this?" In the end, Lin Rei couldn't stand it anymore. Thus, he comforted today. And
While
Lin Tian was also very obedient. He quickly left Lin Rei's body and stood respectfully behind Lin Rei. "Sigh, all right, I've ordered the dishes. Let's go eat something in a while and then set off for another place. It's time for you to join a sect and train properly. You can't just keep training like this." "Yes, young master." As he spoke, Lin Rei brought Lin Tian to the seat that had been reserved in the living room and sat down. "Hurry up and eat. Eat well, and go on the road. These things are not common on the road." After speaking, Lin Rei didn't care about Lin Tian and ate alone. He ate and drank at the same time. It was so coincidental. Hee. Lin Tian saw Lin Rei's table manners and laughed. When he saw Lin Rei eating so happily, he suddenly lost his appetite. He quickly pushed his meat and wine in front of Lin Rei. "And why aren't you eating?" Seeing this situation, Lin Rei quickly put down the meat and wine in his hand and looked at Lin Tian. "That, young master, you eat. I've already eaten." Although he heard Lin Tian say so, Lin Rei didn't believe that he would eat good food today. "Don't talk so much. Just eat. Don't dawdle like a girl." After Lin Rei finished speaking, he slapped the food in front of Lin Tian and continued his great career. This meal made Lin Rei feel very comfortable. There was no such delicious food in Forest Sky. Burp. Lin Li rubbed his belly and let out a burp. Satisfied, he laughed. "Okay, now that I'm full, I should ask you how you've been in the past few months when I wasn't around. Did you slack off?" Seeing that Lin Tian had eaten his fill, Linley began to ask him about what had happened in the past few months, as well as the results of his training. Young master, I didn't slack off. In the past few months, I went from physique tempering stage level 1 to chi cultivation stage level 5. I just broke through yesterday. Maybe it's because I don't have a cultivation technique, but after reaching level 4, my cultivation speed slowed down significantly. If I had a cultivation technique, I would probably be able to break through to chi cultivation stage level 6 or level 7 in one go. When he said this, his face was full of, hurry up and praise me. He looked very annoying. And it's okay, but don't be anxious. This is just the beginning of cultivation. You still need to cultivate properly in the future. As for cultivation techniques, I'll find you a suitable one in a few days. Although he said this, when he heard that Lin Tian's cultivation had reached chi cultivation stage level 5, Lin Rui was stunned. Chapter 33. Okay, I understand, young master. By the way, did anything special happen here in the past few months?
Tell me about it.
Lin Rui suddenly thought of something and asked Lin Tian. What's special? Lin Tian thought for a bit, and his eyes suddenly lit up, as if he had thought of something. By the way, young master, a few days ago when I was eating, a group of people suddenly came. One of them was about the same age as me. When he saw my cultivation, he suddenly gave me a token and said that he was from the Danzong Sect. Later on, an old man said that he wanted to check my spirit vein. When he left, he said that he wanted me to wait for you to come back and join their sect as a disciple. Hearing Lin Tian's words, Lin Rui sighed. This was something that Lin Rui didn't expect, especially when he heard the name of the Danzong Sect. Lin Rui didn't expect this to happen. Really? Then where is their sect? Did they tell you? Linley was excited. This time, he had come out of Forest Sky to find a sect that knew how to refine pills. He didn't expect that it would be so easy for him to find a sect that knew how to refine pills. Oh, they said that it's in a place called the Heavenly Lake County in the west. They said that this place is very far. Lin Tian hadn't imagined that he would accidentally be chosen by the school, and that he would end up helping Linley out. Oh, I didn't expect the Danzong Sect to be a sect in the west. After hearing the address of the Danzong Sect, Lin Rui knew that the so-called West was the western part of the continent. It was the same as the eastern continent. Okay, then hurry up and pack up. We'll go to the Danzong Sect and try our luck. Lin Rui was in a very good mood. Many things had been resolved. It was as if this was the arrangement of the heavens.
Oh.
Lin Tian nodded and hurriedly ran upstairs to tidy up. After tidying up, it was only a few old and tattered clothes. That was all. Little dragon, what's wrong, host? From the system's words, it seemed like it was unwilling to answer Lin Rui. I got the spiritual fire 2 days ago.
Can I learn it now?
Lin Rui thought of the spiritual fire that he had obtained a few days ago, and his heart itched for a moment. If the host wants to die without leaving a single trace, then go ahead and learn it. When Lin Rui heard the system's words, he broke out in a cold sweat. According to the system's words, if he were to learn it now, he would be dead for sure. Then when can I learn? Wait until the system reaches the middle stage of foundation establishment. You can barely learn it. If you want to completely fuse with it, you'll have to wait until the enlightening stage. Only then will the host be able to fully use the soul's abilities. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rui already had a rough idea. After thinking about it for a long time, he finally gave up. All right then. I'll wait until I'm in the Danzong Sect and learn alchemy before fusing the spiritual fire. Lin Rui clenched his teeth and suppressed his desire to learn the spiritual fire. Young master, I've already packed everything. We can go now. At this time, Lin Rui heard Lin Tian's words and withdrew from the conversation with the system. Oh, take it. After saying that, Lin Rui took a piece of gold and placed it on the table. Then he led Lin Tian towards the Danzong Sect. Originally, Lin Rui wanted to scout around, but now there was no need. With a target, Lin Rui's movement speed became faster. When they arrived outside the town, Lin Rei stopped and stood there. Lin Tian didn't know what was going on, but since his young master stopped, he also didn't leave. Roar! Suddenly, Lin Rei's scarlet tiger walked out from the system. However, this scene frightened Lin Tian. He didn't know that this demonic beast belonged to Lin Rei. Young master, quickly leave. I'll block it. Lin Tian, who thought that Lin Rei was in danger, quickly stood in front of Lin Rei, ready to fight. Hee-hee. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei laughed. He laughed very happily, and at the same time, his heart was moved.
Sigh.
All right, little Tian, step back. He won't hurt me. Lin Rei pushed Lin Tian to the side and said with a smile, Ah. Before Lin Tian could ask why, Lin Rei directly walked to the scarlet tiger and sat on it. The scarlet tiger also obediently lay on the ground, making it easier for Lin Rei to sit on. Seeing the scene, Lin Tian was dumbfounded. He didn't think that his young master wouldn't be afraid of this demonic beast. Moreover, this demonic beast seemed to be very willing to let Lin Rei ride it. All right, let's hurry up and leave. If we can't find a town or village, then we can only stay in the wilderness. Lin Rei looked very unwilling to stay in the wilderness and waved his hand at Lin Tian.
Oh.
Lin Tian walked to the scarlet tiger's side. When Lin Rei pulled him, he could clearly feel Lin Tian trembling. Hee, little Tian, don't be afraid. He is very obedient. In the future, you two have to get along well, okay? Lin Li rapped the flaming tiger on the head, then said to him, Don't worry.
Roar.
Under Lin Rei's body, the scarlet tiger cried out twice and then turned its head to look at Lin Tian. It looked very mischievous. Hee, hello, my name is Lin Tian. In the future, we should interact more. Lin Tian formally introduced himself to the scarlet flaming tiger. If the scarlet flaming tiger was a human, I believe that Lin Tian would have come up to shake hands with it. All right, let's hurry up and leave. Otherwise, we will really have to eat dirt tonight. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the scarlet tiger mustered all its strength and ran towards the west. In the distant forest mountain range, a familiar figure arrived on a flying sword. If Lin Rei was here, he would definitely recognize this person. This was the person who forced him to jump off the cliff and injured Hong Lian Lu Feng. When Lu Feng arrived, he ran down from the sky and immediately arrived at the place where he left. What's going on? Why is there no one here? After arriving here, Lu Feng found traces of his companions making a fire here and wanted to search around. Coincidentally, there were some places where Lin Rei killed people. Lu Feng walked while observing. At this time, Lu Feng smelled a trace of blood, so he quickened his pace and quickly arrived at the place where the smell of blood was strong. At first glance, 6 or 7 of his companions were lying on the ground. Their corpses were already stiff. Seeing the scene, Lu Feng cried. These were his brothers who had followed him through life and death. Although he was usually strict with them, but this was not enough to overcome their brotherhood. How could this be? How could this be? Lu Feng was like a madman. His mouth kept muttering this sentence. His eyes were lifeless, as if a gust of wind would blow him away. After a long time, Lu Feng woke up. His eyes were filled with pain. At this moment, he knew that since these people were dead, then the other people were probably dead as well. But what troubled him was that he didn't know who killed them after he left. He thought that it was the elders of the sect, Yan Feng and the others, and that there was an internal conflict between them, but he didn't think that it was Lin Rei who jumped off the cliff. When Lu Feng saw these people's corpses, Lin Rei's figure flashed in his mind, but he quickly eliminated that possibility. I don't care who you are, I will definitely find you and make you suffer. Lu Feng roared at the sky. After venting his anger, he dug a hole and buried the corpses in front of him. Sigh. This is a great loss. I don't know what the Great Elder will do. After Lu Feng finished what he should and shouldn't have done, he hurriedly flew back to the sect on his flying sword. Lin Rei, who was heading west, naturally didn't know about this. If Lin Rei knew about this, he would probably laugh himself to death. Young master, this young man seems to have a village, Why don't we stay there tonight? Right now, Lin Tian, who was sitting on the back of the flaming tiger, excitedly pointed out the village to Linley. And, okay, let's get down, otherwise, I'm afraid that riding on the tiger will scare them. After saying that, Lin Rei directly jumped down, and so did Lin Tian. As for the tiger, it didn't want to be in the system, but it had no choice but to obediently return to its nest. Let's go. After saying that, Lin Rei led Lin Tian to the village. The village was very close, and after walking for a while, Lin Rei and the others arrived at the village. At this time, a small child ran in front of Lin Rei and shouted at Lin Rei. Who are you? What do you want to do in our village? Hearing this, Lin Rei smiled and looked at this child. He was very cute, chubby, and most importantly, there were still milk stains on the corner of the child's mouth. Hee hee, little brother, tell us this is a village, and if there are any empty rooms here, if you tell Big Brother will give you this to eat, okay? After saying that, Lin Rei took out a chicken leg from his bag. The smell was very fragrant. After looking at it, the child pursed his lips and finally couldn't resist the temptation and opened his mouth. This is Tsuyang Village. We are the only village in a radius of 100 li. As for the place to live, I don't know, but there is a house there. It seems like no one lives in it, but there is a little beggar inside. The child's mouth was full of meat and vaguely pointed to Lin Rei. Lin Rei looked as far as the eye could see. There was only a small thatched house, and there was nothing else. Okay, child, you go play. After saying that, Lin Rei directly left and walked towards the thatched house at the side. Just as he arrived at the door, Lin Rei felt that something was wrong. The aura in the room was very weak, so Lin Rei quickly walked in and saw a scene that Lin Rei would never forget in his life. He saw a very thin child curled up in the corner, looking very pitiful. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei's nose turned sour, and he almost cried. Chapter 34. Linley hurriedly stepped forward, not caring if the child was dirty or not. He pulled the child into his arms. Lin Tian, who was watching from the side, didn't stop him. If it were him, he would have done the same. When Lin Rei held the child, he could see that the child's face was very pale. Moreover, there was a scar on the child's face. The child's body was shivering and looked very cold. Looking at the child, Lin Rei couldn't help but shed tears. Young master, I'll go outside and find some hot water as well as some wild beasts. You'll get hungry just by looking at the child. Hearing Toad's words, Lin Rei looked up and smiled. Go and get some water. As for wild beasts, try to make them into pheasants. This way, they can be digested faster and can also be used to nourish the body. All right, I understand. After saying that, Lin Tian went outside. Seeing Lin Tian go out, Lin Rei looked down at the child in his arms. For a moment, he was reluctant to let go of the child. If Lin Rei's soul's age was taken into account, then he should already have a child. AI, this world isn't as good as the 21st century. At the very least, there aren't such pitiful children. At the very least, there are orphanages. Lin Rei used the primal chaos scripture's aura to warm the child's body. Slowly, it began to take effect. Cough, cough. A coughing sound came from the child's mouth. Lin Rei quickly patted the child's back to calm him down. Time passed by quickly. Lin Rei, who hadn't been here for long, saw that the sky outside was already dark. Lin Rei quickly took out some clothes from the space and placed them under the child's body. Then he went to the side and made a fire. For a moment, the dark room was lit up. Lin Rei is busy cleaning up. The originally messy and dirty room became a lot cleaner. The room also didn't have any scandals. Hehe. This is much better. It would be strange if he didn't get sick after living here for a long time. Looking at the tidy room, Lin Rei felt a lot more comfortable. Then, he walked to the child's side and hugged him, letting him sleep on his body. Jia. A Lin Tian walked in from outside the door with a hand full of pheasants. His face was covered in dust, but there was still a trace of a smile on his face. He was very handsome. I'm back. Yes, the harvest was not bad. I caught 4 pheasants and 3 rabbits. There was even one that hadn't grown up yet. It was very cute, so I caught it and brought it back. This child will be able to play with it." Hearing Lin Tian's words, Lin Rei smiled, as if he was saying that Lin Tian had done a good job. "Alright, you can leave it there. I'll make it later. Also, I'll make something for the child to drink." As he spoke, Lin Rei placed the child on his clothes. He stood up and took the rabbit and pheasant from Lin Tian's hands and walked outside. Young master also knows how to cook?" Lin Tian followed Lin Rei with a suspicious look. However, when he saw Lin Rei's culinary skills, he was stunned for a moment. "Sigh, I'll just use some of that." Originally, Lin Rei planned to use water to make chicken soup for the child. However, after thinking about it, the effect wasn't very obvious. So, Lin Rei took out a bottle of spiritual liquid that he collected in the cave and poured it into the pot. For a moment, the whole chicken was shining. Lin Tian saw this scene and drooled, especially after seeing Lin Rei take out the bottle of water. "Young master, what is that water of yours?" Lin Tian, who didn't want to ask, couldn't help but ask. Lin Rei just smiled and didn't say anything. Then, he continued to cook. About an hour later, Lin Rei looked at the meat in the pot in front of him. Then, he took out the elixir that he picked in the forest from Zodiac Shinran's spatial ring and put it in. For a moment, the pot was shining brightly and looked very tempting. Lin Rei picked up the spoon and took a sip. He smacked his lips and said good. Then he took the pot and went inside. Sigh, how tired is this child to be able to sleep for so long? Lin Rei saw that the child lying there was still not awake, so he put down the pot and went to the child's side. He patted him gently and said, "Child, wake up. Wake up and eat." The child seemed to hear someone calling him to eat in his sleep, so he slowly opened his eyelids that didn't have the strength to lift up. He saw a young man squatting there and calling him. "You, who are you?" Hearing the child's voice, he was stunned at first. Then, he helped the child up and said to him, "Don't be afraid, I am not a bad person. I just passed by here and saw that you were sick, so I stayed to take care of you." When the child heard Lin Rei's words, his eyes that were originally lifeless turned into tears. He cried in a mess. Okay, don't cry. Hurry up and eat. Otherwise, with your small body, you will probably get sick." With that, Lin Rei carried the child to the front of the chicken soup. Then he put him down and gave a bowl to the child. Looking at the bowl in front of him, the child swallowed his saliva. Then, he grabbed the bowl and crazily stuffed it into his mouth. Drink slowly. Drink slowly. These are all yours. No one will snatch them." Looking at the child eating, Lin Rei knew that he must be hungry. He didn't care anymore. Instead, he silently watched from the side. After a long time, the child ate the entire chicken by himself. This made Lin Rei very surprised. Sometimes, when he saw the child's small body, he couldn't believe it. Hee, now that you have drunk and eaten, can you tell me your name and your parents?" When Lin Rei said this, he regretted it. After talking about the death of the child's parents, the child's eyes obviously darkened. It could be seen that they were either dead or abandoned. "Okay, then tell me your name. I can't keep calling you a child, right?" Linley hurriedly changed the topic, afraid that he would touch on the child's sore spot. If he did, it would be the same as tearing open a scar that had already healed and formed a blood scab. "I don't have a name. They all call me Little Beggar. As for my parents, I have never seen them. I don't want to see them. Since they gave birth to me and abandoned me, it proves that I don't have parents." When the child talked about his parents, his eyes were full of hatred. He even had the impulse to kill them. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei was shocked. "Then I'll give you a name, okay? That way, they won't call you Little Beggar anymore." Lin Rei felt that this child and him were fated, so he said this to him. The child didn't speak, but the desire in his eyes was something that Lin Rei had never seen before. Really? The child's weak voice, in Lin Rei's eyes, was completely due to fear. He felt that there was no good person in the world. Lin Wanyu, call me Lin Wanyu, okay? Lin Rei said the name he thought of to the child. For a moment, you could see the joy on the child's face. It was something that came from the heart. It was the most basic expression of a person. And thank you, big brother. I have a name. I will be called Lin Wanyu from now on. The child jumped up and down, happily calling out his name. Seeing such an innocent child, Linley couldn't help but chuckle. Host, if you want to keep her by your side, you can take her as your disciple. Her talent is top-notch, and she also has a dual attribute spirit root. One is fire, the other is wood. In the future, she can inherit your inheritance of alchemy. Suddenly, the system's voice sounded, and the information was what Lin Rei wanted to hear. For a moment, Lin Rei looked at Lin Wanyu with even more doting eyes. Although she was only 14 years old, the age of her soul and body added together was more than 30 years old. Okay, I will take her as my disciple today. In the future, you will be able to become a heaven's favored child. Thinking of this, Lin Rei became excited. Lin Rei, who had not smiled for a long time, finally showed a trace of a smile at this moment. This was not an easy thing to do. Wanyu, come. Lin Rei did as he said. He quickly waved to Lin Wanyu and called her to his side. What is it, big brother? Lin Wanyu, a bewildered look on her face, returned to Linley's side and asked in a soft voice. Wanyu, I want to take you as my disciple and bring you to a better place to live. I don't know if you are willing?
Ah.
A scream came from Lin Wanyu's mouth. Lin Rei frowned, thinking that she was unwilling. It's okay. If you are not willing, I will give you some money so that you can live a life of glory and splendor. When Lin Rei spoke, there was a trace of disappointment in his tone, but he did not show it. No, I am willing. I just did not expect that you would take me in. Hee now you know. Besides, I like such a cute child. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the child cried, but she was crying with a smile. Okay, then hurry up and accept me as your master. As long as you accept me as your master, I will definitely make you the most dazzling existence in the entire universe. Even the yellow sky above will not be able to do anything to you. Lin Rei looked at Wanyu. When he spoke, his eyes were very firm. It was as if everything could be realized, but in reality, it really could be realized in the future. Yes. The child quickly knelt in front of Lin Rei and kowtowed 9 times. She respectfully said to Lin Rei, Disciple Wanyu, today I am under Lin Rei's tutelage. In the future, I will abide by the rules and cultivate well. I will not ruin Master's reputation. If I go against my Master's words, I will fall into the underworld and die without a burial. After she finished speaking, the sky suddenly darkened. It was as if she had heard Wanyu's words and made a statement. Okay, get up. I don't have many requirements under my tutelage. I just hope that you can live peacefully, or you can live the life you want. As long as you are comfortable, that is fine. When Lin Rei heard his disciple's words, he did not stop her. Instead, he spoke of his own thoughts. Yes, I understand, Master. After she finished speaking, Lin Wanyu came to Lin Rei's side and stood there. Okay, since you are Master's disciple, then Master can't be stingy. After he said that, Lin Rei took out the marrow cleansing pill he had obtained from the novice gift pack and handed it to Lin Wanyu. Take this. However, I have to tell you in advance that eating this thing is very painful. You have to be mentally prepared. However, eating this thing has its benefits. It can allow you to enter a state of cultivation faster and increase your cultivation speed. Lin Rei took out the marrow cleansing pill and then clearly explained the benefits and disadvantages of the pill. He was afraid that if he did not explain clearly, Wanyu would suffer inhumane pain. He did not want to become a scammer like the system. You're tuning in to the Romantic Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.